and like went and applied to a strip club like 2 days later because I was just like, that's the life I want. Like,
This is back to your story.
How we doing?
good. I just tagged you in an Instagram story.
Oh, I'm
Let's
so
go.
lucky. Thank you so much for coming on.
Yeah, thank you for having me and helping me find your place.
Hey, don't even worry. It was a lot easier than our last guest trying to help her out, so it worked out very well because you were
Perfect.
right. You were literally not that far from my place.
I knew right when I passed it that I was like, I just gotta pull over right here or else I'm gonna like have to drive back around again. I got it. I got it.
I totally thought I was gonna have to walk all the way to Walgreens to find you, and I was like, "Fuck, dude, it's cold. I don't want to put my
I just
jacket
had to
on."
brace the empty security car that I thought was full and all sketched out about. I was like, I've driven past you so many times. You're gonna pull me over. I like hid my weed pen underneath my thigh. I was
Yes.
like, but yeah, no, we're all good. We're here. We're safe. We're ready to go.
Isn't that crazy though? Like what I was telling you, that they're building that complex next to the place, and so they take that security car and they park it in front, and then like across the street, and it's just like there's no one ever in it.
But it works.
But it worked.
Like I was so scared.
I honestly did not. I was like, this shit does not work. It does. But then you're like, no, it definitely
Like
worked.
even with it not being like a cop car, with it being like a security
Yeah.
car, I was like, this dude's gonna think I'm an idiot, like or drunk or something. Like I was in the Walgreens parking lot, had to pull back in because a car was coming, and I was like, oh my god, right in front of him, horrible. But it worked out.
It definitely did.
I'm
It
here.
definitely. It's so
Works
funny.
out for them, you know?
It's so funny too because every time I pull out of my office, there's like this. It looks like a cop, but I don't even think it's like a security car. But like my heart kind of like drops for a second, and like I'm not doing anything fucking wrong.
Right.
But it's just like, there's a cop. But the trick that I found out, because before when like driving on the freeway or on the street, right, a cop gets behind you, I'd get nervous, right? And
As
I know,
one does.
as everyone does. Now, and I guess it works for me. Not gonna say it works for everyone, but I just get in the next lane, and they go right past me.
Yeah.
I don't know if that works for everyone. I doubt it does.
I think you're as a white man.
Okay, I get it.
No, but sometimes they just want to
Go,
get
right,
and through their stuff, and if they see something, just make sure that they don't see something.
exactly,
Get out of the way,
exactly.
whatever.
So like, I'm not saying that it's gonna work for everyone, but I think depending on the area and the certain circumstances, right, they just want to fucking go, right?
Yeah.
And I guess where my office is, they're not really pulling over too many people, unfortunately.
Oh. No.
So for the people just tuning in, why
So
don't you
fun.
do yourself a brief introduction?
Hello, beautiful people. My name is Madi Collins. My Instagram is Madi Collins XX, and I do XXX. That's, I don't know what kind of introduction we want. Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah. That's just me.
So where does the story of Madi Collins start?
So I was like born and bred, not born and raised, but like made in Chicago, and like went back to there like many times. But yeah, like went to school in Chicago, spent most of my like formative years there, I guess. And I like moved around to Atlanta, to Texas, to Arizona, like moved around a little bit. But yeah, just
Made your way out here.
made my way out here slowly but surely. I stopped in Arizona for a couple years and then started dancing out there, and so I just kicked it up a notch and came out to California. Here we are.
Before you kicked it up a notch, growing up in Chicago, you know, I've always been very fortunate. I grew up in Los Angeles. I was born and bred. I know that I hit the fucking life lotto. I talk about it all the time. No, it's true. It's like you not saying like, oh, I'm so great. No, but it's just like I think about this all the time, right? Like, what is the difference of like for me where I was born and then someone that was born in like North Korea? Like, holy fucking shit, right? Like, and so like
Everybody wants to go to Los Angeles.
I thought you were gonna say everyone wants to go to North Korea. I'm like, I don't think so. No,
Los Angeles.
Yes.
Yeah, it's just like everybody wants to like have their little 50 minutes of fame and have that shot in Los Angeles
For
and
sure.
all that stuff. So like growing up around it, like I could only imagine that was pretty cool. Random little sightings and stuff.
it's
like
not.
that.
No, I don't say that. Like, cause you know, I say that I hit the life lotto. I talk about this all the time. And sorry, like people have heard this so many times, but like I was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis, right? Which is a fucking debilitating neurological disease. It fucking sucks. That being said, I like to look like on my darkest, deepest days, like, okay, I'm feeling like dog shit, right? But holy shit, I was born in Los Angeles. I fucking got a good job. I do the things that I want. Like, what the fuck? Like, what else would someone want, right? And then so I think it's like perspective, right? So it's like, you know, when people just hear that from the jump, like, oh, I got the life out. No, it's like there's reasoning behind that. And it's like, I could be this same person, but been born in Venezuela, other different Afghanistan, like all these other places, right? And so it's just so crazy that what determines that, I have no idea. But what I do know, kind of getting back to your story with Chicago, is people that are born and raised in Southern California, when it comes to weather, when it hits 50 degrees, people freak the fuck out.
Yeah.
In Chicago,
so bad.
6 months out of the year, it's fucking cold
Horrible.
as shit.
I used to like walk to school with snow like piled taller than I was, and like it was so crazy. Just like thinking like wanting to run outside without a jacket on and stuff like that. I'm like, I need a double fuzzy sock up now. Like I'm such a baby now, but no, that's a good way of looking at it because it's really like all about perspective.
It
and
is.
Even when I lived in Chicago, like on the like rainy, snowy, whatever days, it was just like, but you can go out with your friends or you could do that, and it was just like good. Like you always had something to do, even if it was like a literal winter storm outside.
I also think it builds hard people, like people in the Midwest and the East Coast that have to deal with these fucking crazy frigid temperatures. You know, like a lot of the year, it builds a lot of character in these individuals where, you know, maybe a lot of people that grew up in, you know, nice, warm, breezy fucking climate maybe can be a little bit softer.
I could definitely see that. And like one point that I like to make, like showing like my growth or like showing where I started to like now, is like there was a couple years where like we didn't have heat in that Chicago winter, and so like no hot water, like no anything, and it's just like that's one thing if you're like living in Arizona or living out here or something like that. But it was just like, how did I go through that? Like I would have been such a baby now, and I'm just like, how? So yeah, Chicago's not for me anymore.
Isn't that crazy though?
I'm just like, I got enough of it. Like, I don't want snow. I don't want anything. But then I just got a St. Bernard. And so I'm like, I need to go to the snow now to like let him fulfill all his like lifelong legacy, whatever. Like,
it's like deep ingrained in your dog. Why St. Bernard?
So I had a pit bull that we had to put down, and like he started getting masses or whatever all over him, and like none of them were cancerous, but one was pushing down on his brain. So we were like, you're acting a little feisty and big pit bull, bigger than me, whatever. So he had a good run, but he was my dog and he was supposed to move into my house like 2 months later. And so I'm like, well, fuck, I need like a big dog to protect me because I have like a small cat that's like my little buddy that I got during COVID. But I was like, let's go bigger. Fuck it. And like he's like a nanny dog. Like they're very like sweet, lazy, like my type of vibe. But like he's 5 months and like a big.
Pull up a picture of a St. Bernard. I just want to make sure, like,
Pull up a picture of mine real quick.
Yours at 5 months. Let's see this.
5 months is ridiculous.
Yeah, you could just airdrop it to Tyler's MacBook Pro.
I got you.
That's so crazy. I mean, they're big freaking dogs.
Oh yeah.
Like they're no joke. So are you like training it like on commands to like attack and kill? Like you whistle 3 times and it just jumps on the person?
I should. We're not there quite yet. Because he is such a cuddle bug, and I'm trying right now to like avoid him jumping because he weighs more than I do. And so I worry about that a little bit.
Yeah, for sure.
This one video.
You know, it's kind of crazy because like I think a lot of times with a bigger dog, even the ones that are super friendly and kind, they might not even know their own strength. And, you know, because I have this little dog, Dodger, she's a sweetheart, but like
I saw
for the longest time, she would go around like little kids and she would spaz the fuck out.
Yeah.
And it was like so weird. And I was like, God damn, thank God she's small, because if she was big, like that would be a problem. But I don't know. I have 2 small dogs and I won't ever go small. Like
No.
Like, not a no. I want like a medium sized dog. I used to have like a Shar Pei, and then I had like a Lab Chow pit bull mix.
So my pussy is visible in this. Just a heads up.
Okay.
Okay. Cool.
All right. You're blow drying your dog.
Yeah. There's another one
Jesus
coming
Christ, that dog is big. 5 months.
5 months old, and he's like 100-something pounds. But like, yeah, there's another one coming through. We did a bath day today. It took up the whole day. That's why I wasn't responding to your messages right away. Because I have to like brush through. Like, he's such a hairy dog. They were like, "Do you want the short hair or do you want the long hair?" And I was like, "I want the long hair."
Oh, you're
Shouldn't
screwed.
have done
Your
it. Yeah.
fucking black clothes are ruined.
Oh, yeah.
Do you have this next one up?
It's downloading.
Oh shit.
It's like a
Damn.
slow-mo one, so it might be a little funky, but like you can see him like hold.
And he's gonna get what? How much bigger?
So he's a purebred, and so he's estimated to get 180 to 200, but the world's largest dog is a 357-pound Saint Bernard.
So you're going for the fucking record.
I don't know. I'm like, do I do it? Do I just like feed him a bunch of like dinner roast and like stuff like that? Like, I don't know what to do, but like at the same time, like I can't carry that motherfucker. If I gotta carry him on and off the bed, like I can't do that. So like, yeah, we're just figuring it out day by day.
Dude,
and like I look at his old stuff, his old little videos, and I'm like, holy shit, dude. Like, I'll send one over.
Dude, while she's sending this over, look this up. Did you guys hear about the 30-year-old dog, the world's oldest dog?
No.
Okay, I don't want to.
What kind of dog is it?
But listen to the way that it lived, and this is so crazy. So, dog Bobby, right here. Yeah. Well, you just click on.
Is he still alive?
Yeah. He's a Portuguese dog that is.
Sorry, I sent something.
No, it's all good. That has been declared the world's oldest dog by Guinness Book of World Records.
Cute.
Near, I don't even know where those places are. But this dog right here, click on that one right there, this Smithsonian magazine. 30 years old. And
what, times 7? So that's like 210.
Like old as shit. The thing is this dog lives on a farm outside like all the fucking time. Wait, I think this is the same dog. So they're taking pictures all inside. This sucks. Keep on scrolling down.
Wait, let me go on the other one.
Okay. Yeah, maybe
That's
that one.
wild.
Okay.
Smithsonian magazine.
Yeah, the
I'm
world.
definitely not gonna have the oldest, but
I mean,
like
you
the
could.
fattest, maybe.
You could. So, Portuguese dog named Bobby was crowned the world's oldest dog February 1st, breaking the almost century-old record per Guinness World Records.
Damn.
Previous title holder, an Australian cattle dog. And he lives in a small Portuguese village for more than 3 decades, and he almost didn't survive past infancy. So here's the story behind him: is that he lives
underdog.
100%, but he lives on the farm. He gets fed like human food, but like good human food,
Right.
And there's really something to say about that. Like this past weekend, I was up in Big Sur, in the forest, in nature, and there's just something like, I don't know, just primal. It just brings this different individual out of you.
Totally.
And if you look at like a lot
Fresh
of
air.
100%,
Like,
right? And like
yeah.
a lot of times we have our dogs cooped up in homes, and that's just life now, right?
Right.
But there is something to say, like, you know, your environment plays a huge role into your things. And so like with dogs, I'm sure dogs that spend a lot of time outside being like dogs, it's a different story for them.
I feel like because like Saint Bernards are like search and rescue, like mountain dogs. And so I'm like, if I lived in Colorado, like you would just be thriving. But I'm like, I can't do it.
No, it's all good, dude.
I can't do it.
I mean,
Here's a
listen,
video of him.
giving him
Hold on,
life.
look at this motherfucker.
Oh shit.
So it should be slow-mo if it's not.
Let's see. Damn, he's 5 months.
Oh, that is not the right video. That's a 3-minute video
It's just a 3-minute video of him
of
eating
him getting the
Reynolds.
zoomies. Yeah. So that was the little slow-mo part, if anything, if we want to go
Damn.
back. But
Is that the same dog as Beethoven?
it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I thought it was the same dog as the Sandlot dog until I found out yesterday when I posted a gif of him on Twitter. I was like, that's not the same dog.
What kind of dog is a Sandlot dog?
Great Corsa. I don't know.
Here, look that up.
Yeah, we can look that up.
Damn.
Yeah, I thought it was. And
I
so
thought it was
telling
too.
people that,
You're like, I got the Sandlot dog,
right.
bitch.
I was like,
Don't
you know
fuck
that
with me.
big, like the beast, like
Yes.
yeah,
God, that movie was so.
200 milligrams of caffeine.
Yeah, dude,
Hell
you're
yeah.
gonna fucking be rocking.
I love it.
Seriously,
Okay.
Prime was like I was telling you before, it's like a game changer as far as energy drinks. I never drank energy drinks.
Cane Corso.
Dude, that was the dog.
I could see it.
That dog.
The first search is Cane Corso, a gentle dog. Did you see Sandlot? Hercules.
Wow, what breed of dog? Yeah, Hercules. Oh, okay, just a different color. And the ears weren't
Oh,
chopped.
Mastiff.
Mastiff.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Okay.
Yeah. Over 200 pounds. So they're like in the same ball game, but like,
Yeah. There we go.
yeah.
English Mastiff. There we go. Damn, that dog is fucking crazy, man.
Yeah, that one would be nuts.
Yeah. Have you always had big dogs?
Growing up, I like didn't have animals, and so I have a cat, and I got a dog like in high school, but it was like my sister wanted to get a dog, and then they were like, here's the runt of the litter if you want like this little extra one for like $500, and so that was my dog. And so I just kind of like got this pit bull English bulldog mix, and he was cool, but like I couldn't move around with him, so he became my mom's dog, and so now she has like a little English bulldog, and I have this giant Saint Bernard.
Nice.
So yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Man, dogs.
big dogs.
I just dogs in general. You know, there's just something. They're just amazing. And when they say like man's best friend, it's so true.
My
Like,
house
it's-
would feel so lonely
Right?
without him. And like I only lived with a cat for so long, and I'm like, it's fine. But like I was just living in a model house where I just had the cat, and then I got the dog, and I was like, I need to move the fuck out. Like
Yeah.
the dog is too much. But like now it's so nice. Like
Yeah.
just having he pees a lot.
For
like
sure.
he's still
It's
a
a
puppy.
puppy.
Yeah. And so like that's at least it's like all wood floor. Like it's nice in
Yes.
that sense because like he was
perfect.
doing
It
that.
soaks it up really nice. No, it's way better than
Yeah.
carpet. That's for sure.
Yeah.
No, I
and-
get it. You know,
Yeah, it's
it's so funny because I was talking about with my wife this past weekend that like dogs, like puppy dogs, right? Like
puppy dogs.
like human babies, right? When they come out the womb, they just cry for like 2 fucking years straight, right? Not really, but like it's a lot. It's a lot on a parent to
Yeah.
raise a dog. They might whine and whimper a little bit, but like they just pee, you potty train them, you get them fucking going, you know,
Yeah,
and
bark, maybe.
right? But
Yeah.
like it's just so different. Like when humans come out, we're just so fucking weak.
Yeah.
Like, a fucking
Just
dog
so,
comes
like,
out
needy.
and it's just
But like I've also seen something where it's like getting a pet of any kind is like they basically have Stockholm syndrome because it's like you just ripped me away from my parents and
Yes.
now I'm just with your new owners, so that's where they're like not acting right when you first get
Yeah.
them, but like then they become little babies.
Of
and
course.
they're so good.
yes,
Yeah.
yeah. They forget eventually,
Yeah.
I'm sure, right? But
Aw. Yeah.
I mean, it is kind of fucked up, right? We just
A
like
little bit.
we have there's
We
these
just
places
sell
and you
them.
just fucking
Yeah.
sell them, rip them away from their mom. But like in the wild, do dogs stay together forever?
Dog pack.
Yeah, but don't they
like-
kick the males out? We looked that up. Like,
Yeah.
in the wild, do dogs like stick together like
Or are they
lobsters?
just so domesticated that we don't know?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't know. I know like wolves and coyotes, but like I felt like they eventually like kicked the males out or something like that. But then if that
Good.
happens,
No.
get those motherfuckers out.
I
But,
only
like-
want
I fucking love that shirt. I have I got a red one. I fucking cut it. I love it.
Yeah.
It's so good. I actually went to go buy one this weekend and but they were out of the black. What does it say?
They raise their pups together, and in some of the larger species, the young may stay with their parents after they've grown up. In this way, they form large family groups known as packs. So very similar to like
Wow.
wolves.
Okay.
Very similar to wolves, humans, right?
I
like
can see that.
Like that, damn, that is crazy though, right? Like, so we just rip them away when, like, instinctually they would probably stick together for a long time.
Yeah. I wonder if they would like recognize their parents like past like a couple years or something.
I don't know.
Sense or something. They got a good smell.
Well,
or a
they-
good sense of smell, whatever.
They have a very good sense of smell, and then like coyotes, what they'll do, like when you hear them like doing like yelling right at nighttime, it's
Yeah.
called a roll call, and so they will do that. And if any of the ones are like the babies or whatever are like missing, they don't hear them, the female will start producing babies. Like they'll start having babies. Not like they push a baby out that night,
Like-
but they got to add to the fucking pack, right?
Right.
Which is
Okay.
kind of crazy,
That is
right?
kind of crazy.
And then dolphins, what they do is
They rape people.
They rape.
They rape
They're
the
rapey as
fuck
fuck.
out of people. That's what they do. Okay,
They are
anyway.
rapey as fuck.
Yeah, they are.
But what the females will do is they will just fuck all the males, right?
Hell yeah.
To confuse them so that they don't kill the fucking, because what dolphins will do is they'll kill the young
Yeah.
just to fuck the woman, right? But if the woman sleeps with all the male
Fuck your
dolphins,
juice boxes. I don't wanna. I can't do the single mother bullshit.
it's like crazy,
That's
right?
crazy.
Dolphins, yeah, animals are just fucking weird.
Yeah.
Do you want to see? Okay, you want to see how fucking weird animals are? All right, all right.
What are you about to show me?
I'm gonna show her, Tyler.
Oh no!
This is fucked
Why
up.
am I scared?
You cannot show this on the video, Tyler. Sorry guys, I will.
Is this legal? Like,
Um,
no.
I will. Here we go. Saved. And right here, let me just airdrop this to you real quick,
no.
Tyler.
Oh, okay.
Wait, I'm gonna airdrop it to him. Tyler.
I'm like, I don't want this evidence.
No,
What
no,
kind
no,
of
no,
shit
no.
are we about to watch?
Oh wait, are you logged into Instagram right now?
I should be, yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, pull this up, dude. All right, so.
Oh, sorry, this page is unavailable.
Fuck. Oh yeah, because you got to
Yeah.
be watching. Okay, I'm just gonna show you on my phone. Ready? Here we go.
Let's see it.
Wait. Oh wait. Is it playing?
Yeah, it sure is. Oh shit!
So
He's just eating his own nut.
So it's a fucking. I don't know what kind of monkey is that. What do you think?
I couldn't tell.
And the crazy part is sitting on the people's car.
I'm just limping, just
Just
throwing down.
fucking.
He's like,
So I just showed her a video of some type of fucking
probably
monkey.
illegal in many countries, but making its rounds on Instagram
Well, they're
right
probably
now.
they're like at like a zoo or something.
Like
But
a drive-through zoo.
Like a
or
drive-through
something.
open zoo.
Yeah.
Monkey is sitting on the back of the person's car, literally jerking off, busts a nut into his hand, eats the fucking cum, and
And
just
it's
go.
just limped
go-
it, and scratches his nut.
It's like, let's go.
He's like, where else are we going? Like, I'm just along for the ride now. Oh my god.
I fucking love animals. They're fucking
Yeah,
crazy.
no, they're wild. Literally wild.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right, so let's bring it back to your story, right?
Let's bring it
So Chicago. How long were you out there for?
I was out, like, I grew up out there. Like, I lived in Colorado when I was like a baby, so that doesn't count. But like grade school, middle school, I hit high school. Some rumors started floating around that I was getting down a little bit, and so I was like, "Fuck this!" Another parent lives in Georgia, and so I moved to Georgia my sophomore year randomly. Moved from there to Arizona, back to Chicago, and then I dropped out after that, after my junior year.
Shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then after I dropped out, I moved back to Arizona for a little bit. I'm jumping around over here.
That's all good.
I moved back to Arizona for a little bit, and then I was like, fuck this, I want to hang out with my hometown friends and do crazy stuff and whatever. I go back to Chicago. And so I did that like during their senior year, so that was cool. I kind of got to hang out with them a little bit, and then I was like, everyone kind of sucks here. So I moved back out to Arizona, stayed out there for a little while, moved with a long time on and off boyfriend across the country. That was just a dumbass decision. But then back in Arizona, I went from working some restaurant jobs to working at a daycare, and then I realized I never want to work with kids. So then I became a stripper, and the rest is history. These long nails. I'm not used to them. I was popping
as
them
long
off in
as
the
long as
car.
you're not
I
getting
know
more
they're
glue on my cloth. Dude, that shit's crazy.
He's huge.
I literally
everywhere.
splooged your glue everywhere.
But my nail is on, so it's okay.
Winner.
Appreciate it.
Was it, going through all of that, right? Especially when you move back to Chicago, isn't it kind of weird? Like you always think things are going to be greater than they are. And then when you actually go through it, it's not as great as.
Like you think you're missing out on something,
Yeah.
and then like you get back, and then it's just like, oh, I should have just saved those memories for what it is.
Yes.
And so like, I don't really go out there anymore, and my last family member out there is just my dad, and so we're just like, just come to the warmth. Why
Yeah.
wouldn't you? Like, we don't need to go there really.
100%.
So yeah, no, I'm super happy that I realized that early on, and I mean, everyone I was friends with is still living there, so it's just kind of like
Yeah.
that's nothing that is ever gonna change.
Yeah, I get
This
that.
caffeine
Sometimes
is just getting literally my brain's working fast in my mouth, but I'm like more.
it's.
But
I have 6 more if you want them.
I have
You
strength
might-
for raspberry after this. Everyone's gonna be lining up at your door. They're like, "You had 6 more," like all the little 13-year-olds.
Fucking bought them all, baby. No,
Just
but
elbowing everyone.
no, they're all mine. Fuck, dude, I love those things.
Not sponsored, but really good.
Definitely not yet. Logan Paul. But but when you decided to make that transition from working with kids to stripping,
Yeah.
I'm sure it wasn't exactly like that. Maybe it was. It was kind of. Was this already something that was going through your, like, I always wonder, like, when a woman says, or man, right? I'm going to do this, right? Because like I think as society, like even though porn is the most nudity, all of that shit, like that
Billion-dollar
much.
industry.
It's like the biggest industry in the fucking world,
But it's
right?
so shameful.
But exactly.
Yeah.
It's like so
Can't talk about
stupid. It's like it's fucking dumb.
Get banned on Instagram. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Making that decision, right? Was that a hard one? Was it an easy one? You know, because friends, family.
So I'm not friends with anybody really that like I was close friends with before, because it always hit a weird point where it was just kind of like, yeah.
Yeah. What you do? I'm going to turn on the air filter. Hold on a second. I wonder if I can hear this. I don't think I can. All right. There we go.
But my family was always really cool about it, because like my mom's sober, my dad's a deadhead. Like they've been through their own shit, so they're just kind of like, as long as you're not like in jail, like whatever, like you're good. And I always had little antics that I was up to anyway, so it wasn't really a shocker to anybody. Yeah. But there was something I wanted to touch on that you started with.
Making the transition from
making the transition, not the kids, fuck the kids.
I love it.
So my like turning point where I was like, fuck it, I want to be a stripper was, did you ever see the movie The Dirt with Motley Crue?
Fuck yeah, I did. Love that movie.
I literally watched that and like went and applied to a strip club like 2 days later, because I was just like, that's the life I want. Like, they're just like living the rock star lifestyle because they want to. Like, yeah, they're making music along the way, but like they're just living the life that they want to, just like doing whatever they want. And so I was like, fuck it. Like, and then COVID hit and I was just like, it could all end in the matter of nothing. And so I'm like, nothing matters. And here we are.
But that's like such a great perspective, right? Why? Because like so many people live their life in these fucking tight little boxes, regardless of if that is circumstance, if that is their choice, whatever the fuck it is, right? So many people are afraid to step out of this box that they have created, or it's been created for them. So having a that decision where I'm going to do what the fuck I want, regardless of the situation, as long as I'm not fucking hurting anyone.
Right.
Who gives a fuck?
Right. No, I was listening to the Pussycat Dolls on the way here, and it was like, fuck, what was the line? God damn it.
That's a good line.
That wasn't the line. God damn it. Okay. I forget what it was, but I like prepped it, and I was just like, I'm going to say this in the interview. But when I grow up, I want to be famous. I want to be,
look it up.
We're gonna play the Pussycat Dolls real quick.
Yeah. Look it up real quick.
I'm just gonna be like, this is the line right here. We'll cut all this shit out.
Do you remember what the song is called?
When I Grow Up by the Pussycat Dolls.
Yeah, look that up.
Yeah.
Look up the lyrics for When I Grow Up by the Pussycat Dolls. Exactly what she just said. Oh, here you go. Sorry.
I'm trying to remember. It's so hard, and it's so hard. All this caffeine. I also drank a Red Bull before I came in here.
Yes, you did.
So, like, and zoom in. But...
All right, what's it say? Wait, what?
Wait, what?
No. When I grow up, not a pussy can't tell us.
Wait, what'd you say?
When I grow up,
Pussycat
Pussycat Dolls,
Dolls.
the band.
Yes! There we go. There we go.
Okay, well, let's. Where's the lyrics though? Yeah, just type in lyrics. So is this like your motto for life?
This is like my turn up anthem when I'm on the way to the shoot. Like,
okay. Oh, scroll down more.
When I was younger, I wanted attention. I promised myself that I'd do anything at all for them to notice me. But I ain't complaining. We all want to be famous, so go ahead and say what you want to say. You don't know what it's like to be nameless. I want them to know what your name is. Because see, when I was younger, I would say. And then it's like, I want to be a star. I want to be in movies. And I'm like, I'm in movies. I'm kind of technically no, but like, yeah, that's my little like hype up anthem.
That gets you going.
Yeah, there's a metal cover that I really enjoy of it, and I'm just like, yes. On the way. I did it on the way here. Yeah.
I love that. You know, songs, music in general, it's so weird how it can like hit like a spot in your brain and in your soul. It's kind of like you know how like you can like smell something and it takes you back to a certain time, right?
Totally.
Or, like, you hear
I
this
can't
song.
listen to some songs because I'm just like, I'm back in that car with whatever
Exactly.
memory. Like, yeah, it's crazy.
It's fucking weird, right?
Yeah.
I don't really. There's obviously a reasoning for that, but we all
I
have those
didn't finish
jams.
high school, so I don't know the reason for it now.
Yeah. Either did I.
Oh, you didn't?
Fuck no, I dropped out at 12th grade. I got my GED, but
I did get my GED.
Yeah.
I feel like all the cool people did. Yeah. Just all the people that I've like seemed to come around, and I don't know if that like is because of my industry or something like that, but
Yeah.
it's just like the people that I get along with, it's like, I knew there was a little something off with you. Like you went through some hard time. Like I've been there. Yeah,
yes, very much so.
Yeah.
You know, I think those are the best people in the world, right? People that have been through shit and come out the other side, right?
Totally.
You know, because if you haven't seen darkness face up, then your life, I don't know what your life is, but I just know for me, it's shaped and created who I am today.
Totally.
And I wouldn't be the person I am without those experiences. And so many people that I look up to and admire have gone through some dark shit and made it out the other side.
And it's crazy where it's like growing up, you heard like you never know what people are going through, but it's just like now like someone will open up to you and you're just like, holy shit, like, yeah, that's some heavy shit. And it's just, I'm good on it for right now.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. I totally get what you're saying. Yeah. And it's, I mean, especially in today's day and age, and like with podcasting, especially, you hear so many amazing stories about people that have gone through some dark, heavy shit, you know, and now are the people that they are today, and now inspiring so many people.
Right.
I think for so long, you know, especially before like social media and podcasting, all these things, like people's lives were very tight-lipped.
And even like you go one generation back and nobody went to therapy.
Yeah.
And it's just so normalized now. Like it's just talking. And I mean, some people talk a little too, overshare a little bit too much and stuff like that, where I'm just like, get a diary, don't tell the internet. But like, it's,
I like that.
That's what I always tell myself on Twitter, because that's my main platform. So I'm just like, if I could write it down in a diary or talk to a therapist about it, it does not need to go on the internet.
Yes.
But no, it's so crazy the change so quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is.
Wild.
It is. I mean, you got to think about it too. Like 2006, there was not an iPhone. 2007, there was an iPhone.
Yeah.
15 years later, we have this insanity, right? It's fucking,
where it's normalcy. Like
it's literally, it's
the watches, yeah.
Uh-huh. I mean, we're all first generation cyborgs.
It's wild.
Like you cannot, like you, especially
They
like,
always said you won't have a calculator handy. I got a calculator handy all the time.
dude,
like,
when the calculators came out, right?
What do you mean when they came out?
When
How
they
old are you?
no, not for me, but like when they first
yeah.
when they first came out, right? Professors, scientists, like mathematicians, they fucking hated it, right? They thought it was wrong. They didn't want their fucking
Witchcraft.
kids using it. They thought it was cheating.
Yeah, totally.
Now look at ChatGPT.
Little beads and shit. Like I don't know how to, what is that called?
What?
The little
mathematician
board. It's something with an A. No, it's not.
Do you know what it is? It's like an old school fucking calculator. I don't know what
It's on the
that.
tip of my tongue.
Look it up. Look it up. But I know what you're talking about. Is it like a Chinese finger trap?
Not like that. It's like a little board that you move.
No, I
Chinese
know.
finger trap is.
I know. I'm talking shit. No, but it's what's it called? But wasn't it originated in China?
Abacus?
Yeah, there we go.
Yes.
Where did it originate from?
I think China.
That's what I
Yeah,
thought.
I was like finger trap.
Yeah,
No,
so-
but like math board, yes.
Yeah, Chinese swan pan.
Okay. All right, there you go. So
And now
that's
we
what
got
that's what you.
and always on us.
Oh, that's
like,
what it's called in Chinese. Sorry, it's called the swan pan in Chinese, and yeah, it's from China.
Okay.
Well, I mean, you don't even need
So
it.
we've just been calling it the wrong thing this whole time. Okay.
But you don't even need to call. You don't even call it a calculator. You don't even need a calculator. Just ask fucking Siri to do a math problem for
Yeah.
you, right? Have you heard of ChatGPT?
No.
Pull this up. So
I heard you say it a second ago, and I
Yeah.
was just like, I'm just gonna
yeah,
brush past that because I
I'm
don't
gonna
know
roll
what
over
that
it.
is.
No,
Yeah.
no worries, no worries. I sent you an article, but you can just fucking pull it up, right? Not pull up ChatGPT, but let me just kind of read a brief description on it, right? So GPT is an AI chatbot system that OpenAI released in November to show off and test what a very large, powerful AI system can accomplish. You can ask it countless questions and often will get answers that are useful. For example, you can ask it encyclopedia questions like explain Newton's law of motion.
But you can't ask it like.
You can ask it.
Physiological,
You can ask it, right? Pick someone famous.
Kanye West.
Right. Write a 10-page essay about the pros and cons of Kanye West, and it will fucking spit it out in an insane.
Kim Kardashian, if you need something to do on your Wednesday night, right there.
I mean, you can ask it like, write an email blast for my business that is launching a new this, and it will do it.
So sexting just got turned to a whole new level. I'm just like, you want like a whole.
What is the difference?
Like,
why did Newton's law of blah blah blah, change the world? Write me a 1-page essay about it for my class, right, or whatever, like something like that.
It can like have opinions based on other opinions and articles, basically
based off of the information that it's fed, and it's the first time an AI chat is literally disrupting this entire thing that we thought was not disruptible, meaning like true like white collar based jobs. Like I was sent this article. I was actually going to bring it up at the end.
Yeah.
Let me see it on my phone. I just sent it to Tyler.
Have you ever like seen the trend where it's like things that would send a Victorian child into like a stroke?
Wait, what?
A Victorian era child, like things that would send them like into a stroke just because it's like too much.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
Yes.
If somebody just like with their like candlestick and like nightgown and they're just like witchcraft, like
it's like fucking
wild.
It's literally witchcraft. Like watch.
I remember playing like solitaire, like and just doing like little, I don't even know what it was, just the like drawing stuff or paint on the computer on Windows. Like now it's a whole thing.
Now, I mean, have you seen those like AI things to like recreate images of you?
Yeah, I've done a couple and they're kind of crazy, but like there's this new thing going on where it's like, is AI porn going to take over like real porn? But like you see their fingers and they have like 12 fingers on one hand.
Correct.
And, like their teeth are like all one, but like lined somewhere. Like
for now.
Yeah, and that's
for now.
Wild because like on one aspect, it's like I could be making another version of me or like a totally different person, and like I could be two entities making one, but like why does it gotta come to that? Like that's crazy.
Does that freak you out?
It does. Yeah because like I used to be good at internet and then I lost it. Like as soon as internet became my job, I'm like, I export this and now like this drive is full, so I have to do like, it's just like a lot, and I'm just like, it was so simple before when I was really good at it.
Yeah I mean, all of this technology is going to disrupt pretty much fucking everything. As AI systems get better and better, I mean, there is going to be a time where you can say, I want to see Leonardo DiCaprio dicking down 3 midgets in Cancun underwater.
As long as they're under 25.
Right?
Like,
under 25, right? Like, and it will create it so realistic that it is very weird, right? And so, things like ChatGPT, which is just changing the game. Like here, let me scroll down just real quick, Tyler. So it's pretty much for the people that's listening. ChatGPT is a natural language processing tool driven by AI technology that allows you to have human-like conversations and much more with a chatbot. The language model can answer questions and assist you with tasks such as composing emails, essaying code. Usage is currently open to the public free of charge because ChatGPT is in its research and feedback collection phase as of February 1st. There's also a paid model, right? And so
I wouldn't have dropped out of high school.
That's what I'm saying. No. And so it's like getting back to the calculator, right? At that, they thought it was cheating. Well, you can use this to completely cheat, right? Or you can use it to assist you to create better content.
Well, we had that too, where it was like Spark Notes, where it was just, it gave you like flashcards of like everything you need to know about what books were in any curriculum. And so it was just kind of like, oh, that's cheating, but everyone does it. Yeah. Same sort of thing where it's just like, if the AI gets better, like you never submitted your own essay, it's always been AI.
Yeah.
Like who's to know?
I got that. Like, so, but are these conversations that you have in your industry, like especially with the AI and not face swap? What is it called when they make the videos?
VR.
Cameo.
No, it's like they've had videos of like Obama saying crazy shit that he's never said before. Thank you. See, so like, do you guys ever have like, with your friends and comrades, talk about these? Because there is going to come a time where maybe your industry is fully disrupted. I mean, I think there'll be a time, I think there'll be things like OnlyFans and shit like that where people will want like the real shit, you know?
Yeah.
But then like for the average viewer, if they can make their own porn in 30 seconds
Of whatever they want.
of adult content, right? Like that's crazy.
It's insane. But like, it's so crazy because it's just like, it's been changing so much since I started, because I started like in the middle of COVID when like OnlyFans was just becoming a thing. And so like a bunch of like big name girls like dropped out because they were making so much on their OnlyFans that they didn't need to do it anymore. And like it shook up all of the agents because they were like, where's my entire roster, basically.
Yes.
So like it's been a really weird like in between period of just like finding a bunch of people taking on like all the OnlyFans people. Like a surge of people are just like sex positive. Yeah. And it's just like, I don't know, like it's hard because unless if you watermark your pictures, they're probably already getting stolen and like used somewhere to like fake out somebody to like pay for something or scam someone. Cause like there's always like fake pages and like stuff like that everyone's like, please report this and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, it just happens already. But like, it's so crazy to think about. Cause like there's just a scandal with the deep fake with some Twitch streamers or YouTubers or something like that.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, where they were like sitting on their stream like crying because they were like, this is so invasive. Someone made a deep fake porn of me and blah, blah, blah.
Wow.
And it's just like, I think it's going to like throw everybody for a loop and like not know like law wise what to do. And so they might just like crack down harder. And like they're already doing like age verification and like weird stuff like in the South and stuff like that where they're like, porn is bad and whatever.
So
and
weird.
it's a lot. I used to live in Georgia and I'm just like, I get it, but like it's just so old school. Like it's wild, but I don't know, still love it out there, but like still it's a lot. I couldn't live out there again. California's the place, but yeah, I just think it's gonna throw everybody in like a Elon Musk buying Twitter sort of thing where it's like, we don't know what we're going to do. So we're going to keep changing everything every single day and like just go with the flow. And like, if your account like comes or goes, like it just deal with it. And I don't know.
They need to create technology to fight that though. I don't think laws, well, maybe laws, right? That could work. But technology that they can run on these platforms that, you know that if it's real or fake, right? Yeah. And then the individual that is truly verified saying, okay, this is real, this is fake, right? And then it starts to build out and understand.
Well, it's not even that sometimes. Sometimes it's just like, oh, well, we're changing our terms of service today. And you wake up and you didn't know. Yeah. But like, it just is something that's wrong with your profile. And then it's just like, boom, like you're down. Yeah. And then the next day you get your profile back because it's just like, oh, we changed it back. And like, we're just trying something new. And
has that happened to you?
It hasn't happened to me, but it did hit like a wave of like 5 big accounts where they were like 600K and plus, where it was just like, I think more than half of them got him back like the next day, but it was just like, that could happen to anybody. Like nobody knew really what it was and stuff like that, but like could be anything. And everybody was throwing out different opinions of like what they thought it was. But I was just like, I'm just going to remove anything that has music or like anything like that. Cause like copyright or whatever.
Yeah, that sucks though.
Yeah.
It sucks. They hold, the social media companies hold too much power over the people. And I talk about this all the time where, you know, we look at, I'm like a huge free speech absolutist. As long as you're not doxing someone or causing real world harm, I think everything should go. Have it, because I always think that bad speech will always be backed up by good speech, and the cream always rises to the top.
It starts conversation.
100%.
It educates someone, hopefully.
Yes. Yeah. Yep. And if you have a one-sided view for too long,
touch grass.
Well, get off the, like, but you know, things could go so far. Not saying this can happen, but it did. One-sided view, Nazi Germany, right? Yeah. One-sided view for a long period of time. I'm saying, like, you know, if here's the goalpost and 10,000 miles down is Nazi Germany, could it happen once? Yes, it did.
I mean, that's like kind of with the incel thing. Like, it's just kind of just like, why is there such a group forming where it's just like becoming like, there was like some dude that like, I think it was in Georgia, like shot up like massage parlors because he was just like, you guys are doing more. And it's like, I don't think they were. Who knows? Like, it was
who
a
gives
little
a shit,
while
though?
ago. Exactly. But it's just like, it's like anybody like getting that like hyping up and stuff like that, it's just like we need some kind of moderation on the internet, but like not too invasive, just kind of like a hey, we should figure out where this guy's going. Like
Yeah, it's
a
so weird. It's like, how do you
medium.
do these at scale though,
Yeah.
too, right? You have millions, billions of users. It's like, how do you moderate at scale in an ethical manner? I don't even know the fucking answer.
I mean, even with like cameras being everywhere now, it's
Yeah.
just like we didn't grow up like that,
No.
and it's happened so quick. And I'm like, thank God that there weren't cameras even in my school when I was like ditching class or doing some like
Yeah.
dumb stuff or whatever. And it's just now there's like facial recognition, like it's crazy
a
stuff
lot.
where, yeah, it's wild.
But
It's
then
super wild.
it is all very wild.
Yeah.
But, you know, for you to like, you know, I want to take a step back real quick,
Yeah.
right? Because we were talking about, you know, you making the transition, right? Sorry to like just jump, right? You were going to make the transition, right? From, to, you know, to dancing, right?
Yeah.
When you did that, were like, what was going through your mind at the time? And did you have like, was your because I know you said your family's supportive, but were they at the time?
So at the time that I like started dancing, it was so what had happened was I saw a kid get hurt at the daycare, and I was like, I don't want to be around anyone else's kid getting hurt, and everyone was like super lax about it, and I was like, I need to go home. Like, this is not the vibe. Like,
Yeah.
not like, yeah, whatever. But they were like, you never seen a kid get hurt, and I was like, shut up. Like, no. And so that's where I was just like, can't work with kids anymore, whatever. And like my mom knew that like that fucked me up because she knew that I never saw anything like that before. Like the baby just fell, but like I was just like, that's somebody's bait. Like it hit me hard. I was just like, oh my God, like, yeah.
And you don't want to be liable or have that happen. I get it.
Yeah,
get
but
it.
like still, it was like probably not as bad as I made it seem. But as soon as it happened, I was like, oh, an emotional mess. I was just like, oh my God, it was so scary. So yeah, I quit the next day, and like kind of my mom was like, oh, like take it easy, like trying to get a job, whatever. And then I started doing like photo shoots with one person, and through that person they were like, oh, there's this girl that we should do like a double shoot with. And I was like, okay, cool, down. And we never ended up doing that, but I like messaged her and I was like, hey, you're a dancer, like where do you dance? And she was so awesome, like, because I just was like, fuck it, I'll just go in one Friday night, like I'm feeling it, do the little audition, like whatever. And like they were like, come in tonight, cool, all that stuff. And it was like a cool like alternative like dive bar, like they played like metal and punk rock, like it was it was really cool, and like tight knit group of girls where it was like really awesome first club. So like first night in, the girl that like invited me to join with her, she was just like, let's do double dance, so it was like a great like first like welcoming sort of thing. And then I went there from opening to close for like a week straight because I was like, I'm gonna learn this shit. And then I started paying my bills in singles, and my mom kind of caught on. I got a new car, like stuff like that. And so she was just like, and out all night. I was still living at home at that point. So like she was like cool with me doing it and like doing my own thing and like whatever. But I mean, she was like, as long as you're happy, safe. But we like never really had the conversation. And like my dad was out of state, so I was like, I'm just doing Uber Eats, like whatever. And then COVID happened, and so I stopped dancing, and that's where I joined porn. But yeah, I don't know. It was always super cool. And then I put a stripper pole up in my room, and she was like, you got to get your own place. Like, you can't do this. Like, not the vibe. But I was just like, okay, I get it. Like, makes sense. So moved out, and my first apartment I got like broken into a bunch of times. Like it was like one of those like outdoor facing apartments because I was like, I just got to move in quick. It doesn't matter where. It should have mattered where. And then after that, I got a nice apartment, canceled that lease, moved out to California, and here we are.
Damn. You know, for you, right? You're like before you made the transition during the pandemic, but a lot of people that I've spoke with have had different experiences, dancing. What do you think it was about that club that was so unique and it was a positive experience? Because a lot of girls can get shit on too, you know? And
I mean, I definitely saw like that group of girls like gang up on a girl that was like stepping out of line on her first day and like whatever. But it was just all people that kind of like minded their own business, and there wasn't really any issues. If there was a girl that had issues, she just kind of stopped coming because it was kind of like a smaller, like people would have like their clients come in or whatever and like just come like give them money or like their pay pigs or whatever, and like they would just come in and give them a bunch of money and like have like hours and chilling and getting lap dances or whatever. So it was just like more of a chill vibe where it was like if you wanted to be there, you'd be there, but like if you didn't, whatever. But
Did it ever feel like a job?
I mean, not really, but like as soon as I stopped doing it and I would like go out to a club, I'm like, this feels like a job, but I'm not getting paid, sort of thing, because I'm just like there, and like I'm kind of over the like party rave. Like I'd rather go to like a dive bar, like live music, like just chill vibes where I can like hear someone talk, sort of thing. So like going to the club isn't ideal for me, but if I'm like there like doing something, like not really listening, like needing to listen because like you're just trying to make money anyway, like you're just trying to dance or whatever, that would be better than like just putting on a dress and being like, okay, we're standing here around a table, like what now? Like cool, hours, awesome. Like
did you you know, from when you were dancing, was there any like crazy experiences like with guys being like really fucked up? Because I know that happens, and I always wondered like how does the club handle situations like that?
So there's one time that I can like super recall that's like burned into my memory because it was just so awesome. It was like this dancer that I like looked up to because she was just so flexible, like Cirque du Soleil, like beautiful girl, like so pretty. Anyway, there was this dude and they were just like, hey, like he always comes in super wasted, but like he spends a lot, and like just old school kind of dude where it's like I run everything, like that sort of mindset. And so I was like talking to them about the dude, and he like came up and like kind of like not cornered me, but like locked me into the spot and was just talking, and I was like, hey, whatever. And then he like went back off, so I was just like, I'm just gonna slip out, like whatever. And then he sat on the stage while that girl that I looked up to was performing, and she saw that interaction. She like had experienced him before, and she kicked him in the head with her stripper boot that's like a big old platform, so it's very heavy, and like just straight like get off the stage, like. And I was just like, damn, okay, like I wouldn't do that, but like that's crazy.
What
like,
did he do?
thanks. He just kind of like got escorted out because like at that point it's like, don't sit on the stage, you already like fucked up, like cornering a girl, like,
it's creepy,
like
bro.
we already knew that you were gonna be like a little off, but it's like you're on one tonight, so like let's just not do it, go somewhere else.
Definitely. Thankfully you had a girl like that, because and then it hopefully teaches him crazy. Like, you know, if he
remembers it, like
if he remembers it, or if he does come back in and doesn't remember, like hopefully, you know, didn't do it again. You know, you also said something, you know, during the pandemic, that's when you made the transition from dancing to then getting into adult films. Was this kind of like a slow progression, or was it like Pandora's box, pandemic opened, I can't do
so it was super nice because like I got all the pandemic money like that they were paying out and stuff, because I was like, I'm unemployed, like I can't really do anything, so like that was cool to like hold me over for a little bit. And then I had an OnlyFans from like working in the club, because I was like, oh, that's how you talk to me, because I didn't know how OnlyFans worked. And then my first collab on OnlyFans was actually, I don't know if I can like name drop, but like he was in porn. Okay, Chad Johnson. He was on The Bachelor. And I was his first like non-celebrity collab, so like that worked out really well. But I was just like, I don't know if you're allowed to say midget anymore, but I'm gonna.
I know I said earlier, and I was like, oh shit, maybe I shouldn't have said that, little like, person, but yeah.
No, I saw that he was live after like seeing that he collabed with like some famous YouTuber, whatever, and I was like, oh, you're literally live now, as I'm like stalking your page. So I went on and I was just like, you ever want to fuck a midget? And he like it, because he was looking for people to like fly out or whatever and do a collab with, and he's like, boom, let's go. And so I went out there, we like got a bunch of content, and I was just like, okay, cool. Like that sold really well for like a long time. And then like, what? And so like, I was just hooking up with the dude, and he ended up being a porn recruiter, and he was just like, you're really good at this. You ever thought about doing this professionally? And I'm like, you say this to me, like whatever. But it ended up working out. That was my first agency, and I left that contract after like a year, and now I'm with East Coast talent, and I like them.
Yes, yes,
That's
yes.
a good fit. So yeah, it's been fun since then. So yeah,
Would you? So I'm gonna ask the same question I asked about dancing, right?
yeah.
Making this transition, right? It's a bigger leap, right? Uh, how did that all pan out with the family and?
So with my mom, I told her, and she was just kind of like, that's cool, like blah blah blah. Like, do you know Derek Pierce or like Jenna Jameson? And I was just like, oh, you're a fan. And she was just like, he's my favorite. I like bought something for him off his baby registry. Like I'm like, okay, cool. So you're just gonna live vicariously through me. And like when I first made my Twitter, she like was swiping through it. She was like, I love seeing the articles. And I'm like, I gotta block you. Like, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Like, knowing that like you are somewhere there, I gotta block it. Like, now that I know. But like, yeah, so she was cool about it. And like, she's like 15, 16 years sober. So she's always just kind of been like I have an older sister, and she's very like white picket fence, dog, married, like that sort of thing. And then she's just like, what are you doing today? Like, what's going on in your world? And I'm just like, oh, I got you.
Yes.
But so she's chill with it. And then when I told my dad, it was funny because I was doing it for about 3 months at that point. And like my sister's wedding was like pretty much right after I started. And so I was like, perfect opportunity to tell my entire family, and everyone's like, oh, I don't care, whatever. But when I told my dad, he was just like, oh, I've known for like 6 months. And I'm like, I've been doing it like 3 months, but like, okay, like that works with me. So
wow.
Yeah, he was just kind of like a don't ask, don't tell sort of situation. But like, it's super funny because like he was just out here. Like I have a super close relationship with him, and I'll be like talking to him, like he'll call me like just so happen to be on the way to work for me because like time difference from Chicago or whatever. And he's just like, okay, well, have a good day at work, have fun, or like don't know, like, and I'm just like, like got you. Yeah, but he's a good sport about it. And a lot of people ask me for advice of like how to tell my parent or how to tell their parents, and I'm just like, I have a very like.
It's not the person. It comes up to the parents. It's the parents, man, because
it really is. And it's just like it just works out for some people, but some people should just never tell their parents. Like, it's just not worth it. But like,
it sucks though, because it's like, I don't know. I come from the philosophy. It's like, okay, would you rather have a relationship with your kid or no relationship?
Right.
Right? Like at the end of the day, if you love your kid unconditionally, you would be willing to accept it and move on from it, or have no fucking relationship with them and judge them for every little thing that they fucking do. Like
some people love to hate.
Yeah, that's true. It's true. I mean, it would be hard as a parent. Like, you know, like obviously maybe that's not your first choice for your kid, but it's not your fucking life.
Right. But like, even if it takes like some time to like wrap their head around or something, it's just like a whole different relationship at that, like by that point when it's just like, oh, I'm ready. And it's just like, oh, hey, I've had to do everything without any emotional support, learning this new, like, I don't know.
Well, you're very fortunate. Move the mic a little bit closer. You're very, you're very fortunate in the sense that it was so easy with your parents, right?
I'm very fortunate.
And you know that.
Yes. Yeah. And like my whole family knows at this point, and it's just like I have like cousins that are in college and boys, and it's just like they have to get shit for it, and I'm just like, like that sucks for you, but like it's kind of funny to me, and I don't know. It's
Does your sister like ask you questions and shit like that?
So she married a gamer, and they have a Discord chat between the boys. And so like me being a bridesmaid and like them further knowing past that, and they give him some shit. But like, I don't know. Me and my sister are very just kind of like talk about what's in the moment and like maybe some family stuff. Cause like we live the same life pretty much. And so it's just like, I got you, but like not there. I don't got you there. So like, yeah, I don't know. My mom probably asks the most questions, and I'm just like, okay, like, but she's a good sport. She's a great sport.
That's so freaking cool, dude.
Yeah,
it is. It is. I love that, and I appreciate that about your folks. Because if the roles were, if I had a kid and they got into the adult industry, it's like, yeah, it'd be a hard pill to swallow, right? But like, I would want to have a relationship with my kid because I know people in the adult industry that their parents fucking disown them.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I don't think that's the right move.
Well, I think it's like, I think timing lined up really well too with just like because if I would have joined at any other point earlier in my life, they would have been like, oh, you're just a train wreck. But it was just like when I was like probably the most sober, and like then I just got like sober, which is cool. And they were just like, oh, like this is a good move for you. But it's like they saw me like through bad stuff, and so if they were like, if I like jumped into porn in the middle of that, they'd be like, oh fuck. But it's just, I was always super open with my parents about everything, and so from that, it's just kind of like they got to see the progression where they're just like, okay, this is like a sound move for you.
What is it about your folks that allowed you to be so open? Because so many kids are so closed off and, you know, lie to their parents, don't tell them everything. But I can always appreciate when, you know, kids and parents, they have like open dialogue.
Yeah. So like my parents were train wrecks when we were little, but like my dad, they were both like deadheads, but like my mom moved more into like the party side. They divorced when I was like baby. So like I always knew them as like a separate entity, but like mom moved into like party side of drugs, and my dad's like grow weed, do acid, like cool stuff. So like me and my dad, we've always been cool in the sense of like more roommates than anything. Cause like I was more my mama's girl and like my sister, like whatever. And so like we were just kind of like homies the whole time. And like he knew that I smoked and like my sister didn't. So he would just be like, here's some weed. Or like, do you want the rest of this little vial of acid? And I'm just like, absolutely, cool shit. But like, that's where it was like moving back and forth between like West Coast and Chicago. I was just like, I want to go live it up in my dad's house where like no rules, whatever. But like me and my mom just get along because like she keeps me in check because like my dad doesn't do that shit. But like with her, she got, like I said, got sober, like super clean as a whistle, works at a sober living facility,
That's
runs
awesome.
the damn place. So like she just kind of like, I don't know.
She's been through it and she's come out the other side.
Exactly. And so it's just kind of like she sees like a mini me, like a mini her and me sort of thing. And so it's just kind of like she's just along for the ride, and like, of course, she's just like, I don't know.
Yeah. When, like we were saying earlier, it's like when people have gone through dark shit in their life and have come out the other side,
right?
You understand things, where maybe the normal person wouldn't, right? And it's like going through that myself. Like I'm not a judgmental person when it comes to crazy shit. Like I embrace it. I fucking embrace it, dude.
I love it. I'm just like, tell me more, because like I'll tell you more if you tell me like that.
Of course.
I'll show you mine. If you
Exactly. That's exactly it. So that's cool. Kudos to you and kudos to your family and all that they've gone through and now coming out on the other side.
Yeah. And so like this curveball, it's just kind of like a stable curveball.
Yes.
Like, it's kind of just like, you're sober and out of jail.
That's a win-win.
Like you have your own place, like you have your own animals, like you got it.
Let's
like,
go.
Yeah.
Let's go. So once you got into the adult industry, like, do you remember your first, not experience with that guy, but like first on-set experience? It's gotta be nerve-wracking, right?
My first porn was a dungeon porn in a basement.
Really?
So yeah, because it was in COVID, so like they weren't doing any casting couches or anything like that. And so my agent was just like, "You want to work?" And I was just like, "Yeah." And so I flew out to Vegas, went into this dude's basement, and had him tie me up and like do all that stuff. And that was my first shoot. And it's crazy to like think back to, because it's just like, that's like a make it or break it sort of thing. Like, I had to really have been in it to win it, like flying out to another state because I was going to Arizona to Vegas. So not a long flight, but like thinking the whole time, like, this is my first shoot and I'm going to a basement to shoot in detention. It's crazy. But like, yeah, it was fun. Lots of new things, you know.
What is the process like when, you know, you get these like roles, right? Are they like, okay, do they like explain everything that's going to happen? They show you a picture of the dude, his dick. Like how does all of that shit work out? Like, is there a script?
So like your agent gets the booking info for you, where it's just like, bring this wardrobe. You either get your makeup done or like you do your own hair and makeup, and like your time, your address, like whatever. And you know who you're working with before. If there's issues, you can always switch it around or be like, you always like have that risk of being like, well, we're gonna drop you, but most of the time it's like, we'll just switch out another dude, like whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I don't really have that issue. I like a lot of people, and I like sex. But I like looked right at that camera. Hey, but hey, but yeah, you get all the info. Sometimes you get a script. Sometimes it's more kind of just like, you know what you're gonna do, or like you get handed it same day, and they're like, we don't expect too much of you. Just like know what each part is about when we're about to film it, and like put it in your own words, sort of thing. But like there's some serious ones where they're like sending you the script like a month early, and it's like pages on pages on pages. Like it's crazy sometimes, but like those are fun. Like they're a lot, but they're fun. But yeah, sometimes like I just filmed my first anal scene for Evil Angel, actually.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I'm super excited.
Congrats.
It's not out yet, but like super excited for that. And it was basically just like bring cute clothes and heels and stockings, and I'm like running around, and I'm like, what does it mean? Like, that's a lot of like, I'm calling my agent, and I'm just like, well, what do they want? He's like, just look at like the website. What do they? And I'm like, what do they want from me? Like, they're not telling me enough. But like, sometimes it's like, oh, we want like wedge heels and like this and that. And it's just like, okay, I'm going to go out the day of and like have to buy all this stuff. Yeah.
Preparing for that, right? Is that do you have to prepare like doing your first anal scene? Like, because it's like a transition, right? Like it's a level up.
It is a level up. So I did it for my site first, for my OnlyFans, because I was just like,
gotta practice.
Well, not even that. It was like I learned like these companies like own you sort of thing if they like have that first, and so it's like might as well just own it myself, and then 6 years from now if somebody asks for it, like, oh, here it is, just this one like in the archives, like whatever. So I was like, if I hit a certain number, like I will do a pro anal scene, and so I hit that number, and so I kind of knew like the preparation and stuff, but for some reason I've always just been really good at anal. Like it's just kind of been like a nice, yeah. So it like works out. Where I was just kind of like, I'll wait a couple years like in the industry to see if I really like want to do this before I like put myself in diapers for taking like some crazy dude in the industry, because like porn dick's bigger than like most dicks sort of thing. So like I got lucky. I hired someone for my first anal scene, and then for this Evil Angel scene, another dude got hired where it was just like the same size dick that like I would take in my butt in my personal life, where it's just like a little bigger than average, but like nothing wild.
Not like Danny
like
D.
Prolapse. Yeah, like oh my god, he posts some angles on his Twitter and stuff, and I'm like, I didn't know it was that serious. It's that serious. Yeah.
That's great.
It's that serious. It's wild.
That dude is
in the right industry for sure.
Yeah. In the adult industry, is like doing anal, is that, I don't know how that
like
works. Is that
like,
a checkpoint? Like,
I
do you have to
guess.
do it? Does it make more money? Like,
you make more money like per shoot, but like I always kind of had the mindset of like, you're not a real porn star unless if you like do it all, because it's like you're just putting on a show, a performance, like you're trying to like just touch every subject that you can sort of thing and do your best. But yeah, it's definitely like a milestone. Like but some people do it right from the start too.
And do you think that's bad? Not bad,
I don't
but
think
not
it's bad. But there's girls like, I don't know for sure, but I want to say like Riley Reid and Abella Danger, they started doing anal right from the jump.
Damn.
And I could be wrong. I don't know if we need to fact check that or not. But like, it's, from what I understand, was expected of like an agency. If like you're gonna be with us, like you're gonna be a girl that does it all. And so like I've always had that mindset of like, one day I'm gonna be a girl that does it all. And so like now it's getting exciting, because it's like I've had the past 2 years where I was like in the newcomer category for like awards and like nomination, like stuff like that. And so I was like, I'll just keep it very like vanilla, like see what I can do just like with what I got sort of thing. Just doing regular boy girl. I would do some girl, some boy girl. I haven't done 2 guys on camera yet, so like I've been readily waiting that one. But yeah, it's just kind of like fuck it all over again. Like it's that 2-year refresh. Like first it was like that rush of joining porn, and now it's just like, what else can we do?
Does it make it exciting?
it does make it exciting.
Yeah.
But like after filming my first anal, I was like, this shit's so easy. Like it's almost easier than a regular shoot because like what nerves do you have in your butt? Like it's just as long as you're stretched out, like
Yeah. Yeah, that's actually true.
Yeah. And so it's just kind of like a go ahead, do what you want. Like but like that's me speaking from not taking like a monster sized cock in my ass. But like one day I'll let you know. Yeah. You'll see. Yeah.
Yes. No, that's definitely for you, what would you say is like your ideal working schedule?
I mean, I work a lot like on my OnlyFans too. So
Yeah.
like I recently moved and like got a puppy like 2 months earlier. So it's just been like boom, boom, crazy, one thing after another. So like being able to like just be on my OnlyFans, like I took the last month off because I'm like another week. But ideal schedule is probably like every third day ish. Because I like to film collabs with people. I like to do stuff for my own site or like do customs or stuff like that. So it's just like still having the time and like sometimes shoot days are really long. And so if you're doing like back to back, you could be doing a shoot that your call time's 10 a.m. but like it doesn't start until 1 because there's something else going on or whatever. Yeah. Another girl like needs to go home and run and do something. Who knows? But like anything could happen. So you could be on set until like 11 o'clock at night, like, and then fly out to Vegas the next day and shoot like a bondage scene or like, who knows? And so like, I don't know. I like having it broken up a little bit, but like there was one time that I had like a perfect week where I was shooting every single day. And like, I felt like I couldn't have sex anymore. My pussy was so sore. Like I got to that last shoot and we had to make it a blowjob shoot because I was like, I can't do it. Like you can cut my pay. Like I don't care if this like ruins it. Like send me home. I can't do it. So made it a blowjob shoot and it like worked out or whatever. But like, yeah. So like having it broken up a little bit, especially being small.
Yes.
And like, yeah. So like, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. You know, in this day and age, we had Nicole Aniston on, and she was
beautiful.
Yeah. She's been a bit bigger. She's just fucking awesome. But you know, we were talking about the way the entire like payment system works, where like Pornhub and all of these aggregate sites now, right? Like you film this one-time thing with this production company, you get paid what you get paid, and then it goes fucking everywhere and you don't ever see another dime for that. Do you think that business model's ever going to change, or like OnlyFans has come in to kind of supplement that?
I mean, I hope aspects of it changes. I saw recently that there is a girl that shot with a company and then that company made like a pocket pussy, like just using her images sort of thing, and like random pussy on it, like whatever. And it's just like, oh, you signed away the image, so we sold it to this company and like stuff like that, where it's just like, it'd be cool if like they didn't do that, so that, like the girl could like release her own and like make it a big deal and like not have people think like, oh, this is not what I remember her pussy looking like in the videos, but okay, I'll buy it, like whatever. So it's stuff like that where it's just kind of like, that kind of sucks. But like the independent contractor aspect of it, where it's just like you get paid to shoot that day and then they do whatever with it, I don't think that's ever gonna like really change. Yeah, because it's just kind of like, that's like an old time like Hollywood business model, even, where it's just kind of like you do like one ad and then it's like on Getty Images and then like anyone can use it and like whatever. For sure. So I don't know. It's the price you pay. Like it sucks, but with OnlyFans it's nice because you can kind of paywall a lot of stuff. But like, I mean, my first anal got leaked and it's just kind of like oh, so you guys like it? Yay. Like have more people view it. Let me see the comment, whatever. Like, I don't know. Once I hit certain marks on stuff, I'm just like, okay, let them have it. Like if it's that important, whatever. I don't care that much. It's porn. Like, okay. But yeah, I don't know. It would suck if like somebody used like one of those things. It was just like on a DVD, like her first anal, and it's just like, it has my watermark right on, like stuff like that. Like, I don't know.
I get it. No,
Yeah.
I get it. And it's such a tricky industry,
It's
right?
so tricky because like the thing that like you hear is like even if you like go to court against something, it's like you still do porn. Like it's still kind of just like it's a porn game. Like okay,
Yeah.
like sure. So
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. I just wish that the business model would change, giving more power back to the artists, and maybe OnlyFans is that way. At the end of the day, right? If you want to see the shit, anyone's going to be able to see it on the internet, right?
Right.
For the most part, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, what are you going to do to control that? Where do you see all this going? Like, how long are you going to ride this wave? And do you think you'll ever like get behind the camera, get the business aspect? Like, have you ever thought about that?
I've definitely thought about it, but I just really like film and really like music. I really like just artsy stuff where it's just like you work on your own schedule and like it's just project based sort of thing.
Yeah.
So I enjoy doing porn. I couldn't see a day that like I don't enjoy doing it, even if it was like slowing down and making comebacks and stuff like that. Like if you look back to like my first scene versus now, like I look like a totally different person. So I'm like, how am I gonna look like as a MILF? Like I like MILFs, and so I'm just like, there's gotta be a time where like I come back like as soon as I start getting booked for like MILF jobs, I'm just like boob job, like let's go, because like I want to give like a boob job at some point in my life, and I can't do it. Like won't be able to, but like one day I will.
Yeah.
One day. But like I don't know. My biggest thing is just like I tried to go to college and I tried to like figure out what I wanted to do, and like everything, like I used to be a dental assistant, I used to like do like real people jobs like daycare and whatever, but nothing was like clicking. And so porn clicks, and I like that for what it is, and I'll ride that out for as long as it clicks. But like from there, just having a platform, you can kind of do a whole lot of everything.
Yeah.
I know a girl that has a soap company, Karma RX, and she does very well with that.
Yeah.
And it's just like just having a platform where it's just knowing that like somebody's got you, like somebody's gonna listen to you. You're not starting from scratch, sort of thing. And so that's kind of been like the biggest like positive of this whole thing. It's just kind of like there's a branding out there, like there's a name for myself. My face is like somewhat recognizable, even if it's just like in scrolling on Pornhub, whatever. But like from there you can kind of just try to do anything, and it's like, oh, I know that person from so
Definitely.
yeah,
It
just
is
figuring it out.
It is crazy because like influence people that just have, followings can branch off and do so many different things. Prime, I love hot moms, fucking
Joanna Angel, Liquid
Yep.
Death.
yeah, like there's so many different things that you can do.
It's crazy.
That it is. So it's just
crazy.
like
You just have to do it and like not care. And like
Of course.
that's kind of where I've been at.
make a good product, right? Not a bullshit product, right?
Right.
I mean, because you can, but a bullshit product people will eventually find out. But if you make
But,
a really
like,
good product,
Even product wise, like doing this, it's like you have
yeah,
the right setup to make it a good product. It's not just like you're setting up like an iPhone and being like, let's go, this is gonna do the thing.
Of course.
It's the same thing in my industry where it's
Yeah.
just like you can't just expect to like lay there and be like making millions. You have to like
you got to put the work in.
you gotta put the work
You gotta
in.
put the work in.
Like same for you.
And it
so
takes a long time. And
it's
it,
just like caring about your craft.
Of course.
And from there you can take that energy and put it into an energy drink.
100%.
Whatever you want to do. If you just
100%.
have that like leap energy where
definitely.
you invest in yourself.
Yes, definitely. And more people need to invest in themselves, right? Like
Totally.
more people need
I
to.
just bought a camera today.
Let's
I
go.
just bought my first GoPro today, and I'm so excited. Yeah.
Really good.
Tax write off.
Yes,
Like, that's how I
yes,
justified it in my
yes.
head. I was just like, wait a minute, why? No, tax write off. It's okay.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice, nice,
So
nice.
lots of shower videos with the little suction cup mount. I'm
Yeah.
so excited. Oh,
Dude,
so
you
excited.
can get a few of those up in your place and fucking
right?
do some like
Just
really
like
cool
cam
shit.
house. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Definitely.
Just one for now. They're like,
Yeah, yeah.
oh, rising next year taxes. Like,
Definitely.
yeah.
They're sick though. They're sick.
Yeah.
I have I have like the 7 and the 9 or 10 or whatever the
I've
fuck
heard
it is.
good things.
They're fucking
I'm
They're
excited.
great.
Yeah.
Great quality. I mean, shit, I would shoot the entire podcast on a fucking GoPro if I could frame it up correctly. But
I'm super excited.
yeah, you
just to
should
play
be.
with it.
Yeah,
Like I've
yeah.
never had like a real camera. I'm just like, oh, the iPhone works perfectly fine. But like,
it's crazy though, right?
yeah, it's such a difference.
It is, but it's insane
Like
what the
for
iPhone
how
can
good
do.
this works, but like it's still such a different. And
It
I'm just
is.
like, that's crazy.
It is because
Yeah.
like they focus on one thing, right? Where the iPhone is like a Swiss Army knife,
Right.
right? It's
and
a
all your
good
settings
one.
just flash in front of you as you're trying to like do stuff, and you're like, how do I do this?
So it's like if you focused on one product for
11 versions.
11 versions,
Yeah.
right? Well, what are you gonna fucking, you know? It's
Right.
like it's top notch shit, and I always like love when like brands like focus on this one product and they're only focusing on making it better and better
Right.
and better and better, and then you get shit like, you know, the GoPro Hero 11, and it's
Right.
just like, what the fuck, man?
And like now they have dog mounts. You can like
Yeah,
put a little harness on your dog. I
yeah.
put it on my wish list. I was just like, I'm not gonna buy it because like I just need it for like in my shower and stuff,
Yes.
like work wise. But like
So
dog
cool,
mount, it's
right?
so cool. I'm
Like-
like, let me see what you do all day.
Like DOV, right? Wait, POV,
POV, but DOV.
DOV, right?
DOG,
Whatever,
POV.
DOG, POV.
Trademark.
We're gonna make that shit.
We're gonna make it.
Wait, when you put it on the dog mount, where does it go?
So there's two different mounts because I was looking at it. You can put it on their back or you can put it on their chest. There's two different attachments. Yeah.
That's so fucking
Yeah,
cool.
but like my dog's very fluffy, so I don't know if it would work on his back, but like maybe right here. So I was like,
They should have one like where it like sticks out a little bit and you could like pivot it,
Yeah.
or like one that
But, like,
comes
they might,
out
like,
and it's like at their face, right? It's like far enough so they
Like-
can't bite it, but it's just like you see your dog's face.
like do that like 360 like world sort of thing.
That'd be
where
so
that would
sick.
be so
That'd be
sick.
so sick, dude. I always love like watching the videos of the people like jumping out of the airplanes, and it's just like, and they're holding those fucking things, and you just
Yeah.
see everything around them.
No, it's so cool.
It is.
It's so cool.
It is. Where do you, where do you see you know, where do you see yourself going in the next couple of years? You know, you're starting to find success, things are going well, but like where do you want to take it?
I'm just kind of riding the wave, which is like the crazy part. Like I'm just kind of like so much has happened in the past couple years where like other creators are starting to come up to me and they're just like, oh my god, I follow you, and I'm just like, what? That's crazy. Like you never know like the impact, and we just went through like expo seasons and stuff like that. Like you never like know where you're at until that, and so like it's been crazy. But like I just hope to like ride that out a little bit and like just kind of see where it takes me. That sounds so like basic, but like I have companies that like I've been holding out to shoot with because it's like I want to like make good impressions and like
Yes.
not do it when I'm first in, and so like there's still like a whole like checklist of like companies that like I'm very excited to work for that I just like have either said in a minute or like they've been like in a minute. So it's just like there's so many doors that are still open, and like now I opened that door.
Ah.
So another door is open where it's like that opens up to so many other companies and so many other websites and stuff like that. And like I keep telling myself and like all the people around me like it's the year of content, like and that's where the camera and stuff like that.
Yes.
And so I'm like, it's the year of content. I'm really like doing all the customs, and like I have a live show on Friday and like stuff like that. And so like it's just trying to like make the most that I can off of like these different platforms and stuff like that, but like just build up the brand through shooting with these companies.
Definitely.
And so I'm starting to become a little more like aware of like how things work and getting a little more comfortable and everything. And so like from there, I think it's just kind of like I get to be the little redheaded slut that I've always wanted to be. But like I've had to wait these last 2 years, and I've been like waiting to go. But like now it's just kind of like, who knows what could happen? Like I'm ready to just like take the opportunities as they come.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that. That's a good perspective too. It's like, talk about this. It's like this year for me is, you know, so many people like spend their time wanting to focus like on goals and like, I'm going to write my New Year's goals and all that shit. And it was just like, no, this year I'm just going to focus on shit that I love doing and do shit that makes me happy. Right. The chips will fall where they fucking fall. Right.
I get so stressed out about things. Like I'm just a very like overthinker, like that type of person where it's like, if I start trying to think ahead or plan stuff, like I won't sleep at night. So I'm just like, no thoughts, just
do shit that makes you
flow.
happy. I mean,
exactly.
fucking,
And
dude,
it's
you're
just
still
kind of
young.
like live while you're young. And it's like, if today was your last day, like that sort of stuff, because it's like after the pandemic hit, it's just like there was almost like a switch in the world where it's just kind of like people either like started giving a fuck a lot more because they were at home and had nothing to do, or like they just stopped giving a fuck and everyone's just like whatever. And I love that. And so it's just kind of like I've just been riding with that mindset where it's like horrible things happen. Like
They do.
if I die tomorrow, I want to say I'm a porn star today.
Yeah.
Like dumb stuff like that. And it's just like, fuck it. Like, why does it matter?
Yes, I love that. I love that you have no shame. Right? You
No.
have no fucking shame, right? A lot of people wear shame very heavily. Why is that?
I mean, it's with me doing like a lot of moving around when I was like younger too, a lot of different high schools, stuff like that. I just kind of like became more of myself. And that's the thing. It's just like that internal almost shame of just like, am I doing the right thing? Is this like going to pay off at the end? Because like everybody goes through it, but it's just kind of like, thoughts just day by day, like that sort of thing. And so, I don't know, like I was raised Catholic and like kind of took what I did from like, I took what I could from that and like just kept it in like some moral aspect, but like, yeah, I take dick in the butt on the internet. So like in some moral aspect, like God's full. Yeah, whatever. But like, yeah, it's hard to say, but like you do see it a lot where it's just kind of like, I don't know if you're ready to be here, but I want you to figure it out before I work with you because like, I don't want to have to help you figure it out.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I see it a lot with like girls that haven't really been with girls yet. And then like now I made a rule where like I don't really want to be anybody's first because like it's just a lot. And like I didn't like I was always interested in girls, but like did not approach them because girls are pretty and intimidating and like all that stuff and like boobs, like wow. But like until porn I had never been with a girl. And so like the first couple times I was just like, what the fuck am I doing? Like I don't know what I'm doing and blah, blah, blah. And so, like, I want you to get it down before you come to me sort of thing. So it's just kind of like, I don't know. I like people that, like where they're at sort of thing. Like, again, with, like, people going through stuff and stuff like that, where it's just, like, you can kind of see if, like, you've been through some stuff. Like, you know that this is, like, the decision for you and stuff like that. So... I don't know. It
makes a lot of sense.
Yeah,
right?
I'm kind of rambling, but
No. It makes a lot of sense, right? And especially like if you're gonna do this, right, you want to do it with people that are feeling comfortable in their own skin, right?
Right.
Especially like first time girl, like whatever the hell the situation is.
So like I know when I first started, I was probably like a horror to work with, just because it's like I didn't know what I know today, and it's like it's only been 2 years, and it's like it feels like I just started too, but like there is like a smaller group of girls that I started with that are still around, but like it feels like we all just started, and then there's so many new people where we're like, oh, I forgot like new people come in.
Why? That's the question I wanted to ask you. There's like a lot of people will do one, maybe two, right, and then they drop out and never do it again, right? There's a select few of people that can turn it into a full-fledged career.
I mean, back to like the parents thing and stuff like that. It's either like they think like, oh, they're gonna find out, or like they do find out, or like they try to tell them, and then it's like you start to think about it more based on their words or whatever. Like I've heard of all those stories, but like also sometimes it's like you try it and like don't really like it and like whatever. But like I know people that are like doing it like strictly just to get through college, and it's like just a job for them, and like it's just like, I gotta pay for this shit myself. I might as well like do this. And like I know that after college it's just not for me, and I'm just like, that's crazy that like but like I don't know. I know plenty of people that it stops working for them, or like they do it and then like life events happen just like outside of stuff, and they're like, oh, I'm gonna get back in. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. Like I'm still signing this contract for however long you're signing a contract for, and I'm gonna come back and whatever. But I don't know. I mean, my first shoot was a dungeon porn. Like you gotta be bold to send someone into that. So it's like there's different sites where like I don't know, they can shake you. Like
there's definitely a lot out there.
It takes a certain kind of person to like have sex on the internet.
Oh my God, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely
Like,
a very,
a lot
very
of
unique
people-
person. But that's, I think, find it amazing. But, you know, one thing I find even crazier is that you might see a girl do it once or twice, right? And then never again.
Yeah.
But with guys, I swear I see the same 5 or 6 guys in every fucking porn.
Yeah.
Is that because...
Solid guys is hard to find. Like, sure, any guy is like, I could be a porn star, like whatever. And it's like, I've had situations like I had an ex where we tried to do like OnlyFans content, and just knowing that the camera was on, he just like could not get hard.
Yeah.
And then like I did a podcast where like we ended up like fucking after, but like they had a dude like come in, and every time the lights went on, he went down. And it's just like one of those things where it's just like, it's a mental thing, like just having a dude like with the camera waiting here, like watching you jack off, or not watching, but just being like, like, yeah, do your thing, tell me when you're ready, boom, and then like, lost it. But like, I don't know, it's yeah, you're fucking for like 30 minutes straight, and like 30 minutes straight is like ideal, but like there's cuts in between, there's stuff like that. They want like 30 to 45 minutes of footage so that they can like cut it down and stuff like that. But it's also just like categories, and I don't know.
Yeah. It's just you
There's a lot of new guys right now though, and like I've been fucking a couple of them, and like they're solid. Like yeah.
But that's crazy. Couple. There's a lot of girls.
There's so many girls. I walked into testing yesterday, and I didn't recognize anybody there, and it was a room full of people, and I was like, wow, this has never happened before. But like,
wow.
they could have been in a year, they could have been traveling from Florida, like it could have been like a mixture of anything, where it's just like, I might know your screen names, because that's another thing, is like some people have like these crazy little screen names, and it's like, oh, I know that, like
Wow, that is crazy. Do you think more people than ever are getting into the adult industry? It's always been like this. Yeah.
Yeah, no, and I hear it from my agent, because he's been around for like a while, and like he's like, it's a really weird time, because it's just like a lot of the like big name people are leaving and being sufficient on their OnlyFans or their different business ventures. Like they shoot when they want to, and so it's kind of like everybody's just kind of like taking everybody that they can, because all these OnlyFans girls are just like, oh fuck, like the same way that I did one, and I was like, this went well, and then like the opportunity presented itself. But like, I don't know, there's a lot of girls, but like even when I joined, it was like I was part of like the first influx of like the COVID people, where it was just like so many people. But it's a weird thing, because like when you first join, you like shoot for like all of the companies and like get your name out, and like they basically like all test you out, and then like you come back to like whichever ones. So like right now it's weird, because they're shooting all these new girls for all of these companies, and so you're just kind of like waiting around, and you're like, do you need to fill it, like what's going on, because like they're like, oh, they're good on their OnlyFans sort of thing.
Damn.
So yeah, so that's where it's just kind of like there's a lot of new girls, and everyone's just like, no, like because like I'm one of, from my agent's words, one of the top girls on his agency, and he's like, between you and like the other 3 top girls, like not a lot of bookings for this month, like maybe like 10 each, and just like, that's not ideal, but like you do what you gotta do. And like, I don't know, and I even like took a month off, and I was like, oh, like back and ready to go, but it's just like very like, and like things can change like day of, if something happens, like a collab I had today, they were just like, oh, I have food poisoning, and I'm like, okay, well, like
you're like, great,
see you when I see you
later,
like, I
buddy.
guess. Yeah.
What does testing mean?
Testing.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
My check.
No, but seriously.
So it sucks. It's, you get your blood drawn, and they take like 2-3 vials of blood, which never gets easier. It's every 2 weeks. And then you pee in a cup and like do that typical thing. We were doing COVID testing, and now it's a little more lax. We'll do the rapid test on set if like we're like big sad or something like that. If you're vaccinated, you're pretty much like good to go at this point. But now we started doing this new thing, because there's been butthole gonorrhea and chlamydia happening. So we have to now swab inside of our butts, and you have to go like this far into your rectum, and like Q-tips aren't fun dry. Yeah. Yeah, and it's like you can kind of feel the wood pokey, so it's just kind of like, that sucks. So we do like butt and throat swabs now to make sure that there's nothing like rusting in there.
Do the guys have to do that too?
Yes. But like it's all like up to preference, but like it's going into motion now where it's like they have a really good deal on like doing both, so like you might as well do both, like that sort of thing, like trying to entice it a little bit. And there are some companies that are picking up on it and being like, no, like most of our female talent is said like, and like the thing is like there's been guys that are like, oh fuck it, like I'll test to work and like pop for random butthole gonorrhea, because like spit going down or like eating booty, like just random stuff that like you just don't think about, just sitting in a girl squirt, like it's stuff like that where you just don't think about it, but like it can just be chilling right there.
Just waiting to come out.
Just
waiting to come out and party.
But yeah, so that's been a new fun thing that they put a mirror up in the bathroom so you can like look up your butt. It's very considerate, I guess. But yeah, so the biggest like drawback for me is like the getting the blood drawn.
Who pays for that? You guys do.
Yeah, it's in some form like a tax write-off, but like in a medical sense. So like I just use my business card for it, and then, like it's a work
Is it expensive?
thing. Yeah, every 2 weeks it's a little over $200.
Yeah, but you got to do it to work, right?
Right, and it's like even if you're collabing and stuff like that, it's just better to always be tested, unless like you're just going out of town, going to visit family or whatever, and like.
Yeah, it makes
makes
sense. So what do they do? They give you like a digital printout saying you're good.
It goes to your phone, and so everybody has like a little QR code, and so you can scan other people's to like make sure it's like legit or whatever, because people fake test, and like that's a thing that happened before where they're like, I just want to work, so I'm just gonna like change the dates and say that like it's okay. Yeah, and so like they added little QR codes, and now it's like in your little Apple Wallet, whatever, that you can just pull it right up, and it shows like your QR code, and so like advancements.
What kind of dirty, fucked up person would do something like that? Like I am in this. If you're in this industry and you're gonna change the date to save a couple $100, like who knows what the fuck you got? Like what the fuck, dude?
It's crazy too, because it's just like we did go through a wave of just like people. Fucking random people, and then like in the middle of their test, and they're just like, oh, like it still says cleared, so I'm still cleared, and it's just like you shouldn't. Like that's not ideal for anyone that you're fucking after that. But like it was like wave after wave of like just trying to clear stuff up, where you would like get a text on set and be like, oh, I might be exposed, I have to leave, like that sort of thing, and you had to go. It was madness for a little bit, but now with the butt swabs we got it under control because it was hiding out into people's throats. Yeah, I'm learning every day as I go, and it's crazy because like before I was in the industry, I was very reckless with my sexual health. Like I just didn't know all of these things, and so like I was like, I got birth control, like fuck a condom, I'll get checked up every like month or two, like no big thing, like.
That's how it is, though. That's how it is.
It's crazy.
That's how it is. It is crazy. It is crazy. But that's exactly how it is for most young people.
For most people, and that's most where it's people. Like you just.
Yeah, like, but that's why your industry is very different, and it's very fucking important, right?
It's very important,
and I respect that.
Like it's so easy for stuff to get transferred around because it's like we're on these 2-week test periods, right?
And you have the same 6 guys, so like, God, they must be fucking a lot,
right? No, they're like every day.
Yes,
every day. Well, getting flown out to different states, like back and forth. Like they are busy guys.
That is fucking crazy, right? A girl can only do so much, right?
Yeah.
Or a guy can just go and go and go, but it's a very select few type of guy that can do that. As we start to wind down, for you, when looking at your life, and life is truly a blink of an eye, what do you want to be remembered for?
I mean, you're making me go. This is a deep question. What do I want to be remembered for? Probably just like not being an asshole. Like that's the goal, I guess, for anybody, or most people. But like, I don't know. It happens, like you said, in a blink of an eye, and it's just kind of just fuck it and see what happens during that time. But like, if I could just. It's such a hard question to answer.
The very first thing you answered was what some of my favorite answers are.
Yeah.
Not being a dick.
Yeah.
Just being a good person.
Right.
I mean, it's like life is a blink of an eye. And at the end of the day, most of us are not going to be remembered 100 years, 10 years after you die, 100 years after you die, however long it is, right?
Yeah.
But while you're on this planet, just being a good person.
Like, I just hope that I, like, cross some people's minds sometimes, and they're just like, I can't remember a bad time with it. Like, that sort of thing, where it's just kind of like, hopefully. But
Yeah.
yeah.
Isn't that weird, right? Life is like, I'm 36 now. We're already almost into fucking March.
Over the hill or whatever.
Like
yeah.
I'm almost over the hill. I'm
You
middle
said
aged.
we're almost into March. I was
No,
like,
I
we're
know. Well, I'm
almost
like,
there.
I know,
yeah.
you son of a bitch. I was like, yeah, no,
Okay.
no, but
I'm
it's
getting there too. I'm 24. I'm gonna be 25.
oh, you're so old.
I'm getting there. It's crazy.
So old.
Forever 18. No.
Yes. No, but this is kind of crazy though,
Yeah.
right? You know, but it
Oh, it's so crazy.
It is.
Like
It
just
is.
thinking about like, oh, like back when I was like in high school, and then it's like, oh, that was like 10 fucking years ago. Like
it's weird.
that's wild.
Yeah, I mean, I think what now? 2 years from now would be my 20th year high school reunion.
But it's so weird how like memories work, and it's just kind of like
Yeah.
you're right in it. Like my goal one day, it's like if I do ever have kids, I want to like be like, and this is mommy and Hustler. Like this is the lingerie version, so like it's okay.
Yes.
Like just know like I was cool as shit. Like
Yes.
that's what I want to be remembered for. Just being like cool as shit. Like
Yes.
yeah, that's the goal.
No shame. No
Like,
shame.
Yeah.
You want kids though?
So twins run in my family, and I'm a little gal. So
Yeah.
like the goal is like hopefully one day I can have enough money to like have somebody else carry the kid.
Yes.
That would be tight. And like control, like I would like twins, but like not through me.
Yes.
Like, yeah.
Yes.
But right now I'm good for my dog.
Yes.
I've got like 8 to 10 years with him, hopefully longer. We don't know.
Yeah.
We don't
Yeah.
know.
He could,
To tie it all
he could
back
live to
together.
75.
It's insane.
I mean, it could happen.
But yeah, I'm good on it for now because I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, I get that.
Each day is a new day.
Yeah, take it as they come.
Yeah.
You know, when we wrap up like the end of the podcast, something new we've been doing is just kind of asking a couple kind of current event topics and getting their ideas on it. So maybe this is the only curveball coming your way.
Okay.
So Tyler, you want to pull?
Let's
We already
go.
pulled up Chat GPT, but you know,
Yes.
1 second. All right, let's do.
I got a sneak peek into.
yeah,
The
we don't need to
close-up.
talk about that one.
Okay, let me pull this up.
It'll talk about it for you.
Yes,
We don't even need to do it.
it will create everything for you.
It's like here's the podcast with every word that you've used. Please stop. Like
This is what you'll say, and this will be every single question during the podcast.
So I was trying to open up Apple News.
Okay. Here.
try harder. No.
Come on, damn it, Tyler. No. You know what? Just look it up in the
Oh, I got it here.
just type in 56 billion. Is it the Tesla Elon Musk one?
maybe.
All right. So
What
here we
is
go.
it? What is
So
Let me.
I don't know.
There
Do
we go.
you know who Elon Musk is? I'm just joking,
I
obviously.
may have heard of it once or twice. Yeah.
Is that the one you're pulling up?
Yeah. Why isn't it going to?
Any day now.
Come on, dude. I'm on.
I mean, I don't know.
Mine is-
I don't know. Well, I'll start to paint the picture while he pulls it up.
Paint the
So,
picture.
so
There we go. No.
okay,
There we go.
here we go. One,
I don't want your
two.
picture. Sorry. All this caffeine.
Dude,
Oh my god.
gosh darn it, Tyler. Come on. All right, I think the TV turned off.
Yeah.
So
No, it's on. It's not on
it's
what
st-
you want it to be.
Still my face. Okay. Here, I'll just Google this real quick.
So Elon,
56.
yes, I've heard of him.
Yeah, so $56 billion. Dollar.
Okay, it's actually up now.
Elon. Nope. Is
Yeah,
it really?
is.
Yeah, it's a-
Okay. So Judge. All right. So currently, right now, Elon Musk is.
Why would they use that picture?
He's actually lost a lot of
he was
fucking weight.
live probably during that. Yeah,
Yeah.
he did after
Yeah.
that bikini picture. Not
Yeah.
bikini,
No,
but
it's
the
true,
look.
but
Yeah.
it's true. And then he got on Ozempic. Did you hear about that?
Of course.
Semi-glutide.
Yeah,
Right. Fucking crazy.
I've heard good things.
Yes.
but,
Yeah. I
like,
mean, well,
crazy
especially
to
if
think
you're
the future's
overweight.
Now, yeah.
It does cause a lot of issues, or it can cause issues, but I mean, shit, it fucking helped him.
Fuck it, we ball.
Yeah. So, right, billionaire Elon Musk may be clutching his pearls a little tighter as a Delaware judge left serious doubt whether his multi-billion-dollar Tesla pay package was done without Musk's intervention. In what was supposed to be the day of final arguments in a multi-year lawsuit at the Delaware Court of Chancery, Chancellor Kathleen McCormick called for even more supplementary arguments at some future date over this $56 billion pay package Musk received from Tesla back in 2018, incentivizing him to keep on course as CEO. The final decision could still be kept months away, according to Chance, the lawyer, who reports on Delaware court decisions. Scroll down one more. I just want to read this next part. Relatively minor Tesla stockholder Richard Tornetta, himself a drummer in the heavy metal band Dawn of Correction, filed the suit back in 2019 complaining that Tesla's board of directors weren't so independent of Musk when it created Musk's massive multi-billion-dollar pay package. He argued the pay went beyond reasonable judgment and that the board knew he wasn't going to be on the ball 24/7 since he runs several other major companies like SpaceX, Neuralink, or the Boring Company. Lawyers for the Tesla board argued the pay package was designed from the beginning to incentivize the billionaire to redouble his efforts on the EV maker. Now,
doesn't he own Tesla? So didn't he just pay himself that?
Well, I mean, it's a public company, so a lot of people have stake in it, right? But electric cars, right, are a thing now because of Elon Musk.
Yeah.
If you go back, I believe it was type in 2010, how many electric cars were on the roads?
I mean, even just like self-driving cars, because now there's like almost like Ubers that are self-driving.
Yes.
Yeah, and it's crazy.
And they're getting better and better.
There's only 300 in California.
There's only 300 in California. So I believe there was 16 or 17,000 electric vehicles. Actually, electric cars came out in the end of the 1800s. And it was about one time there was about 25% of cars, but once America started creating, the roads connecting the east to the west, especially, there wasn't enough there wasn't enough, power, and so they figured, let's switch to fossil fuels to be able to do this, right?
There's plenty of that.
Yeah. Yeah. It would have been smarter the other way around. That being said, now, if you flash forward to 2010, there was only like 16, 17,000, like worldwide, I believe it was.
Yeah.
Flash forward to 2021, there's over 17 million.
Just like in California.
Literally.
Basically.
Now, Elon Musk making $56 billion as a pay incentive to keep on keeping him there, pushing, hitting the quotas. Like, what is your thought about that? Do you think it's fair?
I mean, that's a big lump sum cash, but like, it's something where it's like, you do have these other companies like to invest in. If it's like a logical, drawn out like plan where it's like, I'll take this lump sum and then like, don't worry about me sort of thing. But like,
that's
I'm going
pretty
to keep
much
doing my work.
Yes.
But like, then he could take that and put it into like these other companies and like have them maybe become a little more self-sufficient.
For sure.
Where he can keep up with that. But now the whole Twitter thing, like, why do you own Twitter? Like, that's a whole other project in itself where it's just like,
he's starting a lot of hate because of that.
Yeah. And it's just like going through like firing like employees and like, why would you go through a hiring process if that's going on? I didn't even know that was going on. So I'm just like, that's just so much. And he has like hella kids.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Well, he believes that we're on a population decline and that
in a sense, I agree.
Yeah, well, we're not producing enough kids to be sufficient.
No, because everybody's learning there's other ways to live their life. Like
or waiting longer, having less kids,
having dogs.
Yeah. So that's why he's trying to contribute to society by having a lot of kids. But, I don't know. I come from the school of thought is like, this was really like set up. And Elon Musk wasn't the one that created Tesla. But when he took over and purchased it, right? At that point, from that point to what it is today, he transformed driving forever. And he opened up the entire world to these electric vehicles and really starting to move us towards autonomous driving, even though it's like level 2, level 3.
But like, it's even like that lane keep assist. Like, I don't drive a Tesla and I have lane keep assist.
Yes.
That wouldn't happen without Teslas.
No.
Like, and that's crazy.
No, there was
like, there's a car that runs on water that's like only available in California. It's like, it runs on H2 or something, like basically water, but like you have to go to special pumps and it's only in California. And if I didn't like drive out of state so much, I was like, hell yeah, that's like a great, cool new thing. But like, give it a couple years. But it's stuff like that where it's like people like applaud Elon Musk because nobody's like even tried to do anything about space since like they were told that like we did it. But like I saw something recently where it was like the space boot did not match up to like
there's a
the
lot
print.
of
Like,
there's a lot
But that was
lot.
like the first time that I saw that, and I was like, wow, that
who
like
knows?
a different time. But like now we're just like, I don't know. I love conspiracy
I do
theories.
too. I love a good conspiracy. I don't fucking know. I wasn't there.
but I'll listen to you talk about
but
it.
I love hearing about it.
Yeah.
I definitely love hearing about
Yeah,
it. But
yeah, it's cool that he's doing all this stuff, and like people said that he was like part alien. I'm just like,
let's go.
cool. Like,
Let's
bring it all.
fucking go.
Like, I don't know, all the like files and stuff that have been opened
Yes.
up like recently, where they're just like, here's all this information, and everyone's just kind of like, okay,
Isn't
like.
It's
It
crazy.
doesn't matter. Like,
It's crazy that he released that because all the contracts that he has with the government, right, with SpaceX and everything like that, and for him to like release the Twitter files, I don't know, it's fucking ballsy, man.
he's such a ballsy dude, and that's where it's just like I appreciate like that energy as long as, and tying it back, it doesn't go into like a Hitler sort of
Yeah, of course.
Like, as long as you're there to do good, and like it seems like he is, and
Yes.
like a very bigger aspect, and like I see like Mr. Beast, and like he does good, and like
Yes.
stuff like that, and it's just like that's so cool to like be able to grow yourself as a human. Like if you were able to like what would you be most proud of your life, and like stuff like that. It's
Yes.
just like if you could do like some crazy shit like that, like that's crazy.
It is. And, you know, people like Elon Musk and Mr. Beast, like they're doing good for society. I remember a time when everyone praised Elon Musk. Everyone loved him. And now it's like, he's kind of like the Donald Trump of people changing the world, meaning like not saying he's Donald Trump, but I'm saying he's fucking hated on like Donald Trump, right, wrong, or indifferent.
Right.
You know, so it's like, for me, Elon Musk is the future, and he's changing so many things, and you don't always have to agree with him. I don't agree with everyone all the time, and that's life. But if you can understand and respect what the man is doing, and these things would not be happening if it wasn't because they weren't happening until he came along.
Right.
Well, what the fuck, right?
Yeah.
So
I don't know. That's like there's no point in like deplatforming anyone. It's just
No.
like watch to see how far somebody can grow, and like why give a fuck about what anybody says. But like I don't know, the internet's become a lot softer, but like it's tying back around where it's starting to become a little bit mean again.
Yes.
But like it was really soft for a long time, where it was just kind of like we're all supporting each other, like nobody kill yourself, like that sort of thing. And like that was really cool because it was just kind of like be whatever you want to be.
Yes.
And now it's just kind of like hating over dumb stuff. Like
yeah, well, people in
staying
the
home too
fucking
much.
cubicles just like these dumb motherfuckers.
Yeah, but like that's COVID. Like it just everybody only could communicate on their phones, and so it's just kind of like bold.
Yeah.
Like people are bold.
It's
Yeah.
weird, man. It's weird. All right, we got one more with conspiracies.
Let's
All right,
go.
last one.
I'm ready for the.
Let's go.
All right, started you up.
All right. Oh, that was quick, Tyler. So, mysterious
go.
ball washes up on
I
Japan
love
beach.
mysterious balls.
Perfect. Mysterious balls. Mysterious ball washes
Just the
up
one.
on Japan beach. Washed up on
yeah.
Japan beach. Sparking investigation by baffled. I can't do the light.
Ooh,
A bizarre ball that appears to be made of metal forced the closing of a beach in Japan as explosive experts reportedly examined it, and still the authorities have no idea what it can be. A massive ball that appears to be made of metal has washed up in Japan, blah, blah, blah. A local woman found the mysterious object in Enshu Beach in the city of Hamatsu. I'm sorry, guys. I don't know what that is.
not even
And
trying to-
contacted police on Tuesday morning. The ball is around 1.5 meters by diameter. Appears rusty, suggesting it was made of iron, and it has handle-like pieces of metal which would allow it to be hooked to something. I'll just read the next two. Inside a 200-meter enclosed area, explosive experts have been filmed wearing protective uniforms as they examine the ball, and local media reports have said the X-ray scans have shown it to be hollow. All right, so go scroll back up to show it. So with the Chinese balloon, you know about that?
Yeah, like flying over like the US.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then the three other ones that they shot down, now mysterious balls. What is your thoughts? Like,
Atlantis. Like, is that wrong to think it might have like floated up from something?
it could have.
Or like, was it like a spy? Like, if there's nothing in it, it's just a metal ball. Like,
Or it could just be like a
testing
a
limits
weight, right? Like,
that's what I was thinking too. It's just like a little buoy or something.
yeah, or something like that held stuff underwater. But
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like there's a whole article on it, and it's just like I feel like now it's like any little like round shaped object or weird shaped thing, like
Yeah.
they're talking about so heavily, right?
Yeah.
Where it's like if this was found on any other month before this balloon, like would we even be having an article like this?
what if it's like a giant egg that like was hollow because it was like not fertilized, and so it like floated up or something, but there's like something bigger in the water. Like,
Well, maybe it could be like if Elon Musk had like, you know, like a autonomous shark,
yeah,
but it was like a megalodon. I don't know if sharks
billionaires
have
are crazy.
eggs. I don't know, but like,
No,
or
they're mammals.
sharks are not mammals.
Are they not?
No, definitely not. Definitely not.
Okay.
Sharks are not mammals,
Whales
right?
are
They're not
mammals.
mammals.
Something's
No,
a mammal.
whales are mammals
Okay,
for sure.
something's
For
a mammal.
sure.
But yeah. I'm like one of those,
Like no, sharks
it's a
are not
fish.
mammals. No, they're definitely not mammals.
Cut that.
But yeah, they're fish, right? There we go.
Okay,
Well,
but whales though.
Yeah.
Maybe it's like a whale swallowed something like some
and then it turned into
Pinocchio
bronze.
style.
No, but do you think we're panicking over like little things, like just every little thing?
I mean, I think having like the internet and such quick access to like talk about everything, it's just
Yeah.
like if it was like the 90s and you saw a balloon floating over, you'd be like, wow, somebody let that go at a birthday party.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like anything crazy. And so like now it's just like everyone's like, oh, I saw the same balloon, like stuff like that.
Yes.
But like, I don't know, it's cool to like have that knowledge
Yes.
and like be able to like read into it, but it's sucky because like you hear about something and then it just like goes away and you have to like find information about it.
Yes.
Like that, I like a lot of like the true crime stuff, and there's like a case that I saw like on TikTok, and like I had to like go and search and find afterwards because like after like 24 hours it wasn't like a missing person like urgency sort
Yeah.
of thing, but I was like, what's going on with that?
Yes.
But like, yeah, it's crazy how involved in each other's lives we are. Because
Yes.
like, if like before TV, before like anything, like something like that happens, it's just whoever finds it, like
course.
finders keepers, like figure it out. If it blows up in your house, like
it blows up.
that's just how it is. Like that's curiosity.
Yes.
Yeah, whatever. But like, yeah, no, it's crazy. Like
It
the
is.
change, just like the access, and yeah.
All right, last question.
Last question.
Do you believe in aliens?
Yeah, like just in the sense of like the universe is so big,
Yeah.
like we have to be so like conceited if we don't believe, like such a big head if we like don't believe that like anything else is out there. But like, I don't know, that makes me like uncomfortable to think about, because then I'm just like, there's so much going on, like even on like the other planets, because like people know what's going on, like
Fuck yeah.
yeah, people know what's going on in each one, even if it's like a little plant that has like little like arms or something. Like it's just crazy to not think that there would be
Other
some
life.
sort of other life, you know,
Absolutely.
and like hopefully like evolved life, like
Yes.
past us sort of thing.
For
But
sure.
like I always thought it was crazy, like what if there was like another planet like exactly like Earth, but like it's just exactly us, like 20 years in the future, like 20 years in the past sort of thing, and it's just kind of like that same like loop sort of thing
Yes.
going on, or like a Sims sort of whatever, I don't know. Yeah.
Have you ever heard of it's like Fermi's paradox? It's either Fermi's or, yeah, I think it's Fermi's paradox. Pretty much, I could be butchering the name, so I do apologize. But essentially, it's that the reason that we have not been able to see any other like alien life out there, right,
Yeah.
through our massive telescopes and things like that, and all the stuff that we have, is because every civilization eventually gets to this point where the technology, or they blow themselves up, they kill themselves.
Right.
Like every single society, every single civilization gets to that point, and that's done. Right. Don't know if that's true. Who knows? It's just a theory, right? You could see one way if we continue down this road that, fuck, it's
I
gonna
mean,
be
even
insane.
just global warming in itself, it's just kind of like, like,
yeah.
I like grew up with it being like, you better stop or else global warming. And now it's like, it's too late on the billboards. It's like, what if there's no water? And I'm like, whoa.
Well,
like,
do you know
this
what's
is dystopian
do you know
as
what's
hell.
worse than global warming? Global cooling.
Yeah, that does sound bad.
It's true. It's true.
Yeah.
Global cooling is a lot worse than global warming.
I'm
Not
just
saying-
going
not
off
saying-
of like, I don't like being cold. But like, yeah,
No,
it
but
does
like
sound
imagine
bad.
that,
Like,
right? Right? It's
yeah.
like, yeah, not saying that it's good, and yes, we
Big
definitely have
Bang
effect,
and,
but like
freeze over, like that sort of thing.
like,
Like it happened
fucking-
already from
I mean,
the stories. Or
tons of, there's been 4 or 5 ice ages, right?
Yeah.
And you
4
know,
or 5 Ice Age movies too.
yes.
But,
Shit, man. Yeah, but that being said, I really appreciate you coming on the show.
yeah, I had a good time.
Me too. You're fun to talk to. For the folks listening, where can they find your stuff?
You can find my Instagram. It's Madi Collins XX. You can find my Twitter. It's Madi Collins XO. You can find my website. It's MadiCollinsXO.com, or you can just Google me at Madi Collins.
Oh no, she did it!
I had to do it at least once. I told you I was going to do it at least once. I did it.
Maddie, you're a fucking rock star, dude. Thank you so much.
Cockstar.
Yes, I appreciate you.
Appreciate you. I had a blast.
Thank you, everyone. Have a wonderful night. Peace. Boom. Come here.
Let me hang these up. They're going to fall.